Boom and Jay Wells and all the amazing players that banded together that year to create maybe not the most skilled team that's ever won a Stanley Cup, but if you look up the word team, they could put the 1994 team right there, and that year, that team epitomizes what a team is all about.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Zach Crawford with your SiriusXM. All times are Eastern, and please remember all games, times, and channels are subject to change, so make sure to check out SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, at 7 p.m., the Florida Panthers are against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Panthers are on Sirius 91, XM 91, Internet 931, while the Penguins are on Internet 941. At 8 p.m., the Chicago Blackhawks face off against the Montreal Canadiens. You can hear the Blackhawks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 925, while the Canadiens can be heard on Internet 934. Also at 8 p.m., the St. Louis Blues do battle against the Ottawa Senators. The Blues can be heard on Sirius 209, XM 220.
I mean, we know they're a great team, and they're definitely playing with some confidence, and they're a good team at home. So it's going to be a test for us tonight, but I think we're up for the challenge, and I think we're excited for this game, and we got everything to win.
Rex, thanks for this. All the best. Go get the Cats.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Ricard Raquel, and you're 2 minutes with the old 2-9er. Enjoy the hockey.
This is the Highmark Injury Update, brought to you by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, official and exclusive healthcare plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Radio Network.
So Kevin Hayes is in the lineup, and Drew O'Connor will play on the left wing on that line, a third line with Philip Tomasino on the right wing. And as for injuries, Nico Mikkola and Johan Gadjevich are out of the lineup for the Panthers. For the Penguins, Chris Letang, the only injury, he's day-to-day, should return soon. Anthony Beauvillier, a healthy scratch, along with Ryan Shea and Jesse Puljujärvi. The Powerball jackpot is $200 million. The drawing will be tomorrow night. Don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. So it'll be Joe Brand and the old 2-9er tonight from Florida. The Penguins and the Panthers coming up on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
From the electricity in PPG Paints Arena to the highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Penguins hockey. Be there live to cheer them on as the official ticketing partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats for any budget. Get off the couch and into the stands. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Penguins.
FNB is the official retail and digital bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can expect great checking, obviously, and top caliber performance at home and on the road with the best-in-class FNB Direct mobile banking app. It means hard work and a winning attitude, day in, day out. And it means we're always looking for a chance to assist on your goals. Let's get started. FNB, member FDIC.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The latest news of the night.
Svechnikov and now Hamilton. Back for Andre. He's in for a shot. He scores!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Hey, it's Hockey Talk time, where teamwork takes the spotlight. In hockey, success begins with a superb lineup, much like our Penguins.
Oh, you got that right, Roger. And speaking of success, Ford's lineup offers a winning combination of power, agility, and leadership.
Ooh, sounds like a dream team to me, Jimmy. With that being said, it's our pleasure to introduce an unbeatable roster: Mustang, F-150, Bronco Sport, and Escape.
Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The force will be strong at PPG Paints Arena on Thursday, January 9th, when Sidney Crosby and the Penguins battle Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers for Star Wars Night. Crosby near circle. Crosby shoots. He scores! It's the Penguins versus the Oilers on January 9th for Star Wars Night. Do or do not. There is no try. Order your tickets today at www PittsburghPenguins.com/promotions. Penguins season presented by UPMC.
The Pittsburgh Penguins Radio Network proudly presents Penguins Hockey. The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Number One Cochrane, Go One Better, by IC Light, by Shop and Save, proud partner of the Penguins Radio Network, by McDonald's, providing you the official burger of the Pittsburgh Penguins, by Get Go Cafe and Market. Get Go, where the Pens go. By Coca-Cola, founding partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins Hockey is also presented in part by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. By Clearview Federal Credit Union, helping people enjoy a better life. And by Indra Energy, an official Penguins Pledge champion partner. And now to the action, called by Joe Brandt and the old 2-9er Phil Bourque.
The 2025 calendar year begins in the Sunshine State, and the Pittsburgh Penguins look to continue their success against the reigning Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. It's game 2 of a 3-game road trip, and the Penguins are still searching for their first win on it. The Panthers, meanwhile, haven't played their best hockey as of late, but they're still the Florida Panthers. Welcome in, Penguins fans, and welcome to Amerant Bank Arena at Sunrise, Florida. Along with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brandt. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. And the last matchup between these two teams, Borky, the Penguins took advantage of Spencer Knight. He coughed up 5 goals, just 16 saves, or rather in 16 shots total. The Penguins did cough up a lead in that game, but won in overtime thanks to Brian Rust. Now fast forward 1 month later, Spencer Knight is back in net. The Panthers have scored just 6 goals over their last 4 games, but this is a lethal Panthers team. They're capable of turning things around in quite a flash.
Hey, man, good to be back with you, Joe. And you're right. I guess you could say the Penguins are catching a break, not having to face again, as this is the second of a 3-game season series. We'll be back here in SoFla in March and getting Spencer Knight, who has not been all that in the bag of chips. So, yeah, I think advantage for the Penguins that way that I'm sure there's a little bit of confidence going up against a goaltender. As you mentioned, you touched 5 times on 16 shots. And the Panthers team, yes, I think it gets the Penguins' attention because they are defending Stanley Cup champion. Also, I think because they have had some wild and woolly games down here in Florida. There's been, it's weird because when we go to Pittsburgh, and I know that game in Pittsburgh that you referenced earlier in the year was one of those crazy games that the Penguins were up 4-1, and next thing you know it's 4-4, and then Rusty has to come save the day. But more of the games in Pittsburgh have been a little bit more, quote-unquote, normal. Games down here have been absolutely Looney Tunes, crazy back and forth. I think we're going to get a little more of that. I think because Florida just lost to the Carolina Hurricanes. They have not been great on home ice, and they're looking to avenge that tough loss in Pittsburgh earlier in the year. So I think you're going to see the best version of the Florida Panthers, and I think when the Penguins play teams that have high-profile players, Stanley Cup champions, whatever it is, it kind of heightens their spidey senses, right? And it brings the best out of the Penguins, especially the top players.
Another thing that happened in that game between the Penguins and the Florida Panthers, Owen Pickering scored his first NHL goal. He's back in the lineup. So is Kevin Hayes for different reasonings. Yeah. Owen Pickering back after dealing with a concussion. He had missed the last 3 games. Kevin Hayes has been a healthy scratch over the last 9 games. Yeah. But what do you see from both of those guys making their returns to the lineup?
Let's start with Pick first. I expect more of the same. I think this is a guy that just has a quiet confidence that I belong, that you're not taking me out of the lineup. I know what I can do, and just as importantly, I know what I can't do in this league. And there's a consistency to his game that Mike Sullivan really appreciates. Look, there's no waiting around. You ready to go? You healthy? I'm getting you right back in the lineup. Oh, no, by the way, I'm going to put you on your offside.
Right.
So the Penguins tonight have 5 of their 6 defensemen are all left-hand shots. So both P.O. Joseph and Owen Pickering, a couple of young defensemen, are both playing their offside. Who cares? these are young guys that are seamless. Let's talk about Hazy, because Hazy's an interesting character. Been around a while, and I think he has found a spot on this hockey team off the ice, in the locker room, with the guys. I think he's really embraced. Almost to the point where the way Billy Guerin was embraced. You know what I mean? And no surprise, they're both from Massachusetts. They kind of have that, that je ne sais quoi, if you will. That it factor to keep teams tight and read the room and know when you need a joke cracked or you need something seriously said. On the ice, I don't know if he completely knows where his fit is. As you mentioned, 9 straight games is a healthy scratch. I do know this. He's going to be playing his natural position, center ice, and he's going to be playing with Tomasino and Drew O'Connor. I'm excited to see those three together.
Just adding to what you said about Pickering in his last 4 games before leaving in the New Jersey game with that concussion issue, he was playing for 20 minutes per game. That's how much responsibility that Mike Sullivan had been putting on him. And the entire Penguins roster has been raving about Kevin Hayes' positivity despite being a healthy scratch for the last 9 games. I mean, that's part of the consistency on the other side that you were mentioning.
Well, obviously not guys like Sid and Gino, but majority of the guys in the NHL and on the Penguins roster, at some point in your career, you've been a healthy scratch. And I can tell you right now, Joe, to be quite frank with you, when I was a healthy scratch, you didn't want to be around me. I was a son of a gun, man. I was miserable, I wish I handled it better. I wish I could have been more like Kevin Hayes. But no, he comes to the rink, smile on his face, work in practice, and just say, hey, coach, I'm ready. When you get me in there, I'm going to prove to you I don't want to be taken out of the lineup again. So, yeah, that trickle down is really contagious.
Chris Letang still out for the Penguins, dealing with a lower body injury, so he's now missing in back-to-back games. Possibly might see him return on Sunday. We'll have to wait and see, as he has been skating with the team. It's 90s night here at Amerant Bank Arena. It's always an honor to be in the booth with the old 2-9er, but a 90s legend like yourself. Feel a little extra special here tonight down in Florida. He's the old 2-9er, Phil Bork. I'm Joe Brand. We'll have hockey for you next. It's the Cats and the Pens here from Sunrise, Florida, here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Black and gold are the colors that not only honor our city, but our sports. Together, we're proud sponsors of the early mornings, dedication, breakaway goals, excitement, losing your voice, and passion. We are black and gold. We are Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Make plans to arrive early at PPG Paints Arena on Saturday, January 11th, when the Penguins take on the Ottawa Senators. The first 7,500 fans in attendance will take home a Jaromir Jagr bobblehead presented by PPG. Doors open at 2:30 for the 4 p.m. start.
And he smoked them like a bad cigar. Jaromir Jagr.
It's a Jaromir Jagr bobblehead night when the Penguins face the Senators on January 11th. Secure your tickets today at PittsburghPenguins.com. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, and all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
And I'm here with Joe Stefka. Joe, widely known that NSS Life has been leading the industry in low-cost life insurance and high-yielding annuities and IRAs for a long time.
Thanks, Phil. In fact, our $50,000 youth term plan is only $50 per year. Just call for details.
Providing for your family since 1890. That's NSS Life.
NSS Life, where family matters.
We are all set for hockey Here in Sunrise, Florida, as the Pittsburgh Penguins are searching for their first win on this road trip, their first win of 2025, and looking to get back above 500 as they currently sit 1 point out of the wild card race in the Eastern Conference. How's it going, Penguins fans? Alongside the old 2-9er Phil Bork, I'm Joe Brand. We're thrilled to have you here with us for another edition of Pittsburgh Penguins hockey. Penguins coming in 17-17-5, fourth in the Metropolitan Division. And they take on the second best team in the Atlantic currently in the Florida Panthers, the reigning Stanley Cup champions, 23-14-2. But they're wrapping up a 5-game homestand as they haven't played all that well in 1-3-0, suffering back-to-back shutout losses to Tampa Bay and Montreal. Their lone win on this homestand came against the New York Rangers, and they're recently coming off a loss to the Carolina Hurricanes just last night. Penguins in their road, white sweaters attacking from left to right. Florida Panthers in their home, red sweaters attacking
hockey. Had 1 foot on the bench, 1 foot on the ice, and then the puck hit that skate that was still on the ice. So it's not a too many men on the ice penalty, but they blow it down anyways.
They do the face-off in the far left dot. Kevin Hayes wins. Again, Kevin Hayes back in the lineup after missing the last 9 contests as a healthy scratch. It's the icing of the Penguins.
We'll get back to that Crosby shift, Joe, where there was a Nate Schmidt turnover and a quick counterattack by the Penguins. I thought Rickard Rakell had a great chance to pull the trigger from the slot area, and he tried to feed it back door. So that when the Penguins are having success, it's shoot first. No matter where they are, if they're in any kind of shooting real estate, it's a shot and it's on the net. And a lot of times, it's not that initial shot which goes in the back of the net. It's a second or third opportunity after.
Panthers win the draw in the Penguins zone. A shot from the high slot. Now traffic in front of the crease. Jari's on top of it. A little gathering to the left of Jari after the whistle. But Panthers have been putting a lot of pressure on Tristan Jari early on. No score. A little over 5 minutes into this game.
Yeah, and what's made it difficult for Tristan Jari is they haven't been conventional saves, right?
Yeah.
It's just been a lot of chaos and bouncing pucks around him. Were two things. Number one, the Penguins need to get a little scrappier, if you will, in front of their own net and be a son of a gun. Because the Florida Panthers have a bunch of guys that'll go to the front of the net, they'll stay there, and they'll pancake you. They'll bowl you over and put you right on your backside if you're not willing and ready to do the same to them.
Even though they've only scored 6 goals over their last 4 games, they're still 7th in the league, averaging 3.33 goals per game. Penguins looking to get it out of their zone. They get it to center ice, but it's taken right back by Valinskas. Panthers dump it into the Penguins zone once again. Near corner, P.O. Joseph slings it around the boards to Marcus Pettersson. He gets it out to Blake Lazat, who will chip it ahead. Nola Chari into the Panthers zone. Gets a touch on it to avoid the icing. Sam Reinhart runs it down. Sends it over on the far side as Barkov, Panthers captain, helps the Panthers get into transition. They dump it back into the Penguins zone. Fight for it in the near corner as P.O. Joseph and Evan Rodriguez went for a little ride down on the ice in the near corner. Now spit back over to the far side. Panthers with it at Ekblad. Dumps it in along the boards as he got crunched into the wall by Nola Chari. Blake Lazat chips it forward, takes it to the near corner, tries to chip it out, but it's kept on in by Barkov. Now P.O. Joseph will settle down the loose puck. Over 6 minutes into this game, no score. Penguins being outshot 4-1. Penguins get a change as Cody Glass, Kenny Malkin, and Michael Bunting out there. Puck is over at the far corner in the Panthers zone. Malkin chips it up to the far point for Grizzly. Carlson near circle. He rips one on net. Saved by Spencer Knight. Rebound goes to the crease. Popped up in the air. Cody Glass chips it away over to the far corner, trying to keep it alive. Malkin's got it now. The far point, Grizzly rips one on net. Another save from Spencer Knight. Rebound in behind the net. Panthers try to clear it out. Kachuk's got it near side. Pushes it up to the neutral zone for Forsling. They'll dump it into the Penguins' end. Rung along the boards as Tristan Jari slows it down. Pitches it over to Matt Grizzly. He will send it to Malkin on the far side. He gets it to Bunting in the neutral zone. Whipped on the pass. Now Carlson takes it back over the Panthers line as the Penguins get a change. A soft pass looking for Bunting, though, taken right away by Florida. They'll dump it into the Penguins' end. Took a good angle off the wall from Lundell. Wraparound try. Couldn't finish it. Penguins will take the turnover. Pushed ahead. They were trying to feed Rickard Rakell racing over the Panthers line. Couldn't connect. Panthers have it back in the Penguins zone, but the Penguins will swat it out to center ice. It's taken by Kulikov. The Panthers resetting here. 7.5 minutes into this game. No score. Penguins being outshot 4-2, but have a little bit more jump now. Here's Rakell. Wrist shot, stick save, Spencer Knight. Rebound goes over to the far side. Here come the Panthers in transition. Lundell far side over the Penguins line. Flutters it forward ahead to Spencer Boquist. And stopping it is Tristan Jari in the crease to send us to our first break of the first. No score with 12:23 left in the first period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, and all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Pens fans, hockey is back and we're ready to get rowdy. Pick up some Labatt Blue Light, turn on the game, and get cracking all season long. Labatt Blue Light, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, 2024 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York, all rights reserved. Labatt regular U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd. Message for 21 and older.
Stop by Mario's 412 Grill in Bridgewater for $2 Labatt Blue 16-ounce drafts during all Penguins games.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
No score, 7.5 minutes into this game. Shots on goal in favor of the Panthers, 5-3. We'll get a face-off in the Penguins zone at the far left circle, along with the old 2-9er, Phil Bourque. I'm Joe Brand. Happy New Year. Penguins in Game 2 of a 3-game road trip. They'll finish things off against the Carolina Hurricanes in Raleigh on Sunday. We'll get a face-off between Anton Lundell and Blake Lizotte to the left of Tristan Jarry. Drop of the puck, and Penguins control as P.O. Joseph sends it up to Nola Chari. Down to Matt Nieto, dumping it over the Panthers line, chases it down to the far corner, sends it over to the near corner, up along the near wall. Over to the far point, Marcus Pettersson. P.O. Joseph, a one-timer high slot, caught some traffic, went wide, though, to the near corner. Flung up to the near point. P.O. Joseph fires another shot, doesn't get through Achari. His second attempt stopped by the Panthers and brought back the other way. Here comes Florida, sending it over the Penguins line. Dumps it into the far corner. P.O. Joseph sends it along the end wall. Now sent up along the near boards. Blake Lizotte fishes it out, sends it ahead of the neutral zone. Panthers back with it. Aaron Ekblad, first overall pick in 2014, sends it to the near side to Carter Verhaeghe. Takes it over the Penguins line in the high crease. Turnaround shot, caught some traffic. Jarry with a stop, and then he swats it over to the far side.
No, it's deflected by Barkov. That's a big save there by Tristan Jarry.
Penguins looking to get it out of their zone. Near corner, it's Michael Bunting chipping it ahead. Kept alive at the near point by Gustav Forsling. He'll send it to the far corner, but then quickly sent out by Marcus Pettersson. Then all the way down to the Panthers' end. Lots of traffic, so not enough for icing. And it's Kenny Malkin steals a pass at the far wall. Now races after a loose puck in the far corner. Ekblad trying to send it along the far boards. It's kicked out. Panthers have it in transition to the neutral zone. With some speed, it's Rodriguez, the former Penguin, taking it over the line to the near point. Sends it down to the corner. Stolen by Cody Glass. He'll chip it along the near wall, get it to the neutral zone. Forsling dumps it back into the Penguins' end. Raced down by Owen Pickering, but Tristan Jarry will handle it. Send it over to the near side. Turned over. Sam Bennett, quick shot, saved by Jarry. Bennett picks up the rebound, wraparound try. Jarry's got that as well, and a whistle blown.
Yeah, I'm going to have a penalty here. We got a Penguin down. And that is
Ryan Graves.
And he is hurt. He's doubled over. And I think we have a penalty coming up here. I was watching the puck like you on that wraparound. And now they're checking. It's going to be 2 or 4, and they're pointing to Reinhart, I believe. As he was crashing the front of that. Here's your call.
Florida penalty number 13 has a 4-minute double minor high sticky.
Here we go. So Ryan Graves gets high stick by Sam Reinhart. And Reinhart is in for a double minor. So a game and a period here. We're almost at the halfway mark of the first period where you feel like the Cats have had the majority of the good play. And now I'm getting to watch a replay with you, Joe, and it looks accidental, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like Reinhart turned, and Graves was right there, and the stick came up and clipped Penguins defenseman right in the face.
Well, Graves went right into the tunnel, so we'll keep an eye on that. But right now, the Penguins power play unit out there. Crosby to take the draw. We get a false faceoff.
To finish that thought, here you are. Shots are 8-3 Florida, and Florida's had the majority of the play also, not just the shots, but also the offensive zone time. And there's a chance for this power play that's been absolutely on fire right now to not only get the first goal, but do I dare ask for a double dip here on the double minor?
They've scored 7 power play goals in their last 4 games. Fourth best power play in the NHL. They control the draw in the Panthers zone. Matt Grzelcyk sends it over to the far corner. Rickard Rakell trying to get it up to Brian Rust at the far half wall. He dishes it back to Rakell. Crosby down there below the goal line. He's got it. Brings it over to the near side. Up to the high slot for Grzelcyk. Back over to the far circle. Move past Brian Rust's stick. Rickard Rakell digs it over to the near corner. As Crosby strips the puck from Louis Storinen for a minute. Penguins trying to regain control in the near corner. Played along the near wall. Grzelcyk's got it. Dips it back to Crosby above the near circle. Over to Grzelcyk, and that's offside.
That's a shame. That's a shame. Just barely offside. That's a hard-working shift there by the Crosby power play. But there's three separate moments where it was a 50-50 puck battle, and the Penguins power play guys won all of those battles, and Sid tried to throw it to the point to Matt Grzelcyk, and it barely edged over the blue stripe.
3:21 to go on this power play. Double minor. Crosby to take the draw at the far right dot in front of the Panthers bench. Nosek is kicked out of there. Jesper Boquist to take over, and the Panthers control after the draw. Olinskas will sling it on down to the Penguins end. Tumbling puck to the near corner. Then Matt Grzelcyk races down. No score, under 10 minutes to go in this first period. Penguins on the power play after a double minor. They've got 3 minutes of a man advantage. Rickard Rakell over the Panthers line to Rust at the near half wall. Pitches it back to Grzelcyk, back down to the corner. Down to the near circle, Rakell trying to beat Crosby. Couldn't get it past Kulikov. Panthers with it in the slot. They clear it out to the neutral zone. Matt Grzelcyk will race it down as the Panthers get a change.
It was close to a penalty there against Michael Bunting. He was chopping away at a loose puck and knocked down a Florida player, and referee gave the safe sign of carry on, play on, boys.
Second power play unit now out there, which features Kevin Hayes, who's back in the lineup. Panthers clear it on out to the neutral zone. Erik Karlsson settles it down. 2:25 to go on this double minor. And Drew O'Connor at the far side of the neutral zone got it to Malkin. He pitches it over to Karlsson, who will race it down in his own zone. 2:15 to go on the power play. Pitch back to Philip Tomasino. Takes it over the Panthers line to Malkin, far half wall, rings around the boards to the near corner. Kevin Hayes first to get there, tips to Tomasino, downstairs to Malkin, tried to center it to Kevin Hayes, but he missed wide of the net. Back over to Tomasino in the near corner, sent it up to the near point, no one was there though. Under 2 minutes, so the first half of that double minor killed off by the Florida Panthers. 1:50 to go on the man advantage for the Penguins, no score, 8:30 left in this first. As Crosby's now out there, the top power play unit coming back out for the Penguins. Brian Rust at the near half wall. Pitched up to the near point. Matt Grzelcyk throws one on net. Redirection. Loose puck just rolled wide of the net. Onto the far side as the Panthers try to clear it out. Brian Rust gets in the way of the far corner. Michael Bunting swats it over to the near boards. Crosby sets up Grzelcyk high slot. Over to Brian Rust, far circle. Rakell in the slot. Back to Rust. Downstairs to Bunting. Couldn't connect. To the near corner. Sidney Crosby races after it. Rakell flings it over to the near side, but Kulikov shrugs Bunting off the puck. 1:15 to go on this Penguins power play. The near point for Matt Grzelcyk walks the blue line. The far circle, Crosby. Crosby to Rakell, couldn't get the touch. Bad save from Spencer Knight, as the Penguins still have it in the Panthers zone. 63 seconds on the man advantage. Crosby in the slot, rips a shot wide, goes off the end wall. Panthers clear it out to the neutral zone.
Well, the best chance for the Penguins came off a simple wrist shot by Grzelcyk that was deflected by Michael Bunting, and the puck hopped up on edge and just danced past the goal line.
45 seconds on the power play. Loose puck in the crease. They swat at it. Spencer Knight freezes it. Soft little wrister coming from Karlsson at the near point. Got it towards the net, but Crosby couldn't power it home. 42 seconds on the Penguins power play. No score with 7:24 to go in this first.
What's the common theme, Joe?
Throw the puck towards the net.
Throw the puck towards the net. Yeah, I mean, you look at the best chances the Penguins are having here in this double minor. You got 42 seconds left in the Reinhart double minor. Have come off of just hard, low wrist shots into the feet of Spencer Knight.
There's Kevin Hayes with it in the high slot. Over to Karlsson above the near circle. Wrists one and another save from Spencer Knight. Caught a redirection, but then he stopped it with his left pad. Penguins try to keep it alive in the Panthers zone. Fight for it in the near half wall. Drew O'Connor looking to dig it out, but it's cleared on down by Barkov. All the way down to the Penguins' end. 20 seconds left on the power play as this started as a double minor. No score, under 7 minutes to go in the first. Malkin with some speed over the Panthers line. Sends it over to Hayes, near half wall. Back to Hayes above the near circle. Downstairs to Malkin. Touch pass. Loose puck in front. Tomasino denied by Spencer Knight. Panthers have it. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Tried to feed Reinhart fresh out of the box. But it missed him. Goes down over to the Penguins' end. A successful double minor killed off by the Florida Panthers. Penalty kill. And here comes Kevin Hayes with some speed in the Panthers' zone. And another pad save from Spencer Knight. Puck over to the far half wall. Panthers take it back in transition over the neutral zone and over the Penguins line. Glosterinen to the near corner for Nate Schmidt. Fight for it in the near corner of the Penguins zone with 6:10 to go in this first period. Still no score. Tumbling puck below the goal line. Marcus Pettersson playing it off the end wall. Gets it over to P.O. Joseph at the near corner. He swings it around the boards to the far side. Matt Nieto settles it down in the neutral zone, but had to leave it for Blake Lizotte. Panthers get in the way of it. They take it right back. Bend it over the Penguins line. Near side. Gets stripped of the puck by P.O. Joseph. He'll push it out to the neutral zone, but the Panthers take it again. 5:45 to go in this first period. Still no score. Shots on goal in favor of the Panthers, 8-7. Penguins had some good chances on that power play, but couldn't find the back of the net.
Still no Ryan Graves, so the Penguins are down to 5 deep.
There's a quick shot on Tristan Jarry. He's able to stop it and then freeze it with 5:34 to go in this first period. We are scoreless from Florida. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
It's soccer's most thrilling league.
Only the Premier League can make you feel like this.
And now every match is on the SiriusXM app.
Can you believe it?
From the title race.
This is remarkable. Keeps this title charge on track, surely.
To the relegation fight.
The impossible may still be possible.
Hear every English Premier League match on the SiriusXM app and talk about all the EPL drama on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Vegas Golden Knights head coach Bruce Cassidy.
What gets you excited when you see their team, really starting to function at a high level?
Now you're bringing new guys in and creating a culture for them. I have always enjoyed that. Enjoyed it in Boston. Love it here. Two organizations with great culture and winning sort of attitudes. And we're seeing some young guys getting a little more responsibility and handling it well.
The Power Play. Weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91 and the SiriusXM app.
The UEFA Champions League is back on SiriusXM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now, with more matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter. Haaland scored the hat-trick.
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Coming into this game, the Penguins have had the best power play in the NHL since November 30th. However, they couldn't capitalize on a double minor. And we are scoreless. 5.5 minutes left in this first. Along with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand.
Okay, maybe I was getting a little greedy wanting the double dip there, but you put my feet to the fire. I really was begging for one. And you're right, the way that power play had been humming, you're thinking, okay, at least one here. As you mentioned, 4 straight games with a PPG, 7 total, going 7 for 12 at 58.3%. And that number will help you get up into the top 5 where the Penguins' power play is before tonight's action. Actually ranked 4th.
Shots on goal in favor of the Panthers, 8-7. We've got 5:20 to go in this first period. As a pass up to the near point, jumped over the stick of Gustav Forsling all the way down to the Panthers end. Spencer Knight taps it over to his defenseman, and now played up ahead to Barkov. Slid over to the far side. Lindell, far half wall, ripped the shot, doesn't get past Matt Grizzly. Verhage fights for it in the far corner. Puck just pinned along the boards in the far corner. It's Rodriguez and Reinhart keeping it alive, but now the Penguins take it back. Sidney Crosby will pitch it up into the air. It kicks off the near boards in between the penalty boxes. Both teams will get a change. Forsling settling it down in his own zone. Sends it to the far side, now pushed ahead over to the Penguins zone. Down over to the near corner, P.O. Joseph first to get there. Slides it over to Marcus Pettersson, who gets it to Evgeny Malkin. Played up to Michael Bunting. Pitch back to Cody Glass. Bunting over the Panthers line. Over to Malkin, far circle. Shot off the post. And it kicked off all the way to the near side of the screen. 4:25 to go in this first period. And we are still scoreless. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Tender Care Learning Centers, the early education professionals, has been providing quality child care and preschool education for over 40 years. To find one of our 19 convenient locations near you, visit tendercarelc.org. Tender Care Learning Centers is the child care provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The force will be strong at PPG Paints Arena on Thursday, January 9th, when Sidney Crosby and the Penguins battle Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers for Star Wars night.
Crosby near circle. Crosby shoots. He scores!
It's the Penguins versus the Oilers on January 9th for Star Wars night. Do or do not. There is no try. Order your tickets today at www.pittsburghpenguins.com/promotions. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
When you're craving a savory snack that's energy boosting, nitrate free, high in protein, and full of flavor, you want the original Mr. Donair beef jerky. High quality protein, finest U.S. beef cuts, nitrate free, premium meat snacks, power play performance. Mr. Donair, proud to be the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, the Penguins now even with the Panthers with 8 shots on goal, but we've got no score. 4:25 to go in this first period. Face off to the right of Spencer Knight in the Panthers zone.
We're giving the Penguins credit for 3 shots on goal during that double minor to Reinhart.
Puck is in the Panthers zone in the near corner. Kulikov sends it over to the far side for Sam Bennett. Pushed up to Balinskis. Makes a U-turn around one of the Penguins. Now gets it out to the neutral zone. They dump it into the Penguins' end. Slowed down by Tristan Jarry to the left of his net. Theo Joseph sends it over to Marcus Pettersson. Up ahead of the neutral zone for Malkin. Takes it over the Panthers line. Far half wall. Cuts through in the crease. Can't get a clean handle of it. Panthers pitch it out to the far point. There's Ryan Graves. He's back. Cody Glass, a quick shot. Glove save from Spencer Knight. Popped out of his leather for a moment, but he's able to freeze it with 3:51 to go in this first. No score.
That would be another reason to get to the net. Get pucks to the net and get to the net. As that was as harmless a wrist shot as you're going to see. And you're right, it hit the heel of the glove of Spencer Knight and almost got away from him before he was able to reel it back in, cover, get a face off to his right.
We talked about it in the pregame show how Kevin Hayes and Owen Pickering have both returned, but also Cody Glass gets moved up to that Evgeny Malkin line. I feel like it's a well-deserved, somewhat promotion for him, some of his recent play.
I think it's been a bit of an audition, hasn't it, Joe?
Yeah,
I mean,
good way to put it.
A bit of a carousel there. Who wants it? That's the way I look at it. And nobody's really taking that bull by the horns to say, I want to play with Gino and Michael Bunting.
Here's Drew O'Connor taking it below the goal. He was able to end a 32-game goal drought. Quick shot from Kevin Hayes in the near corner. Spencer Knight may have had it leak a little bit, but he's able to hang on to it. Keeps it scoreless with 3:40 to go in the first.
Is it just me that I feel like every shot that comes in on Spencer Knight, you kind of feel like, oh, did that go in? Like he doesn't exude confidence to me, is what I'm trying to say. Tomasino gets waived.
Kevin Hayes gets in there. He wins the draw. Graves with it, high slot, unloads, goes just a little bit wide. It's taken by Kevin Hayes. He tries a wraparound try. His backhanded shot deflected and gloved by Spencer Knight to freeze it with 3:33 to go in the first.
That's another one. That seemed like a harmless little half slapper, and I know it got deflected in the high slot, but again, it just seemed like a late reaction by Spencer Knight. And if it's on net, you kind of feel like that had a really good chance of going in.
Penguins now out shooting the Panthers 10-8 against Spencer Knight. Only made 11 saves against the Penguins the last time he faced them a month ago. As Penguins win the draw. Quick shot from Mikkel. Doesn't get past Aaron Ekblad. He looks a little bit...
Yeah, hit him up high and hurt him. He's going to get to the bench. That really hurt him on the left arm. He's doubled over, screaming in pain as he gets to the Cats bench.
The Panthers bring it back into the Penguins zone. Matt Grzelcyk looking to get it out from the far corner. Tipped along the end wall, now spit up to the near side. Crosby will take it out to the neutral zone. Slowed down by Dmitry Kulikov, though. 3 minutes to go in this first period, no score. Panthers take it over the Penguins line, but a broken up pass allows Matt Grzelcyk to gain possession of it. He's going to get around the defense of Sam Reinhart. Now pushes it up to Noel Acciari at center ice. He takes it over the Panthers line. Near side, Penguins are offside. 2:48 to go in this first, no score.
Ball's Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of 200. That got up there quick, didn't it? $200 million. Yeah, $200 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day. You've got to be 18 or older, and please play responsibly.
I feel like people are feeling they're going to be a little bit luckier in the new year.
We're just getting over the $1 billion jackpot on Mega Millions, and now we're at $200 million for Powerball.
Way to go, everybody. Good job. 2:35 to go in this first. Puck is in the Panthers zone. Swung over to the near side. P.O. Joseph sends it deep. Down to the corner. Scooped up by Blake Lazat. Run over to Marcus Pettersson above the far circle. Rips his shot. Glove save. Spencer Knight with save number 12 tonight. All in this first period. 2:26 to go in this first. No score.
Here's a good thing. Penguins didn't have a great start. Tristan Jarry made some good saves. And a lot of times when you don't score in a double minor, especially when your other team's building, right, Joe? The other team, their crowd gets into it, right? They get a bump, they get a lift. I didn't really see that from the Florida Panthers. In fact, I like the way the Penguins came out after, that next shift after, and I think it was that whole line right there. And that was the Lazat, Nieto, Acciari line, that if you're not going to score, at least get the momentum for us, and I think they've done a good job of that.
Well, after Florida had the first 4 shots on goal, the Penguins are now out shooting the Panthers 12-4. 2 minutes to go in this first period. Still no scores. The Penguins dump it into the Panthers' end near corner. Pitched along the near boards by Florida. They kick it out to Sam Bennett. Rides over the neutral zone and over the Penguins line. Cuts to the high crease. Over to the near circle. Those went towards the net. Couldn't get the deflection he wanted from Luis Serena. The Panthers still have it in the Penguins zone. Shot towards the crease that Owen Pickering stops. He got slammed down a little bit by Luis Serena. Panthers have it again. Another backhanded shot. That got deflected by the Penguins defense. The puck goes over to the near half wall to fight for it. 1:30 to go in this first period. Still no scores. Swung him around the boards to the far wall for Anton Lundell. Makes a U-turn, gets it up to Ekblad. One-timer coming, saved by Jarry, taken by the rebound for the Panthers. Another quick shot, far circle, and another save from Jarry. 1:17 to go in this first period. Still no score.
Well, if this continues, what's happened here in the first period, with the Florida Panthers forwards getting to the front of the net, staying in front of Tristan Jarry, and kind of being bullies in the playground, so to speak, right? That's going to be an extra layer for Tristan Jarry. He's going to have to battle through that. Either that, or the Penguins defensemen are going to have to get a little greasier and a little dirtier to get those bullies out from in front of their goaltender and allow him to see shots from all angles.
Matthew Tkachuk, probably one of the biggest nuisances in the league, was powering through Ryan Graves. Cody Glass to get through there. That's where the traffic was at that moment, but now the Penguins have it in the Panthers zone. P.O. Joseph, high slot, rips one just a little bit wide of the net. Taken by Blake Lazat to the far corner. Under a minute to go in this scoreless first. Blake Lazat, wraparound try, denied by Spencer Knight with a stick save. Nat Nieto takes it back. Pitches it down to the near corner, played along the boards. Noel Acciari keeps it alive, but his stick is caught with Nate Schmitz along the end boards. Time winds down in this final 35 seconds of the first period. Still no score. Puck is still pinned along the boards. As it's Acciari and Nate Schmidt. Neither of them budging. Fans getting a little restless here in FLA Live Arena. Kick free over to the near corner. Crosby's got it. High slot for Pettersson. 19 seconds to go. Back down to Crosby. Couldn't connect. They settle it down in the corner. Laying it off the boards. With 10 seconds to go in the first period. Try to send it ahead to Pettersson. Pass got broken up. Here comes Rickard Rakell. He pitches it over to the far point. 5 seconds left. P.O. Joseph fires one wide of the net. Off the end wall. Crosby races it. That'll do it for the first. Both teams with a handful of high-quality chances. But Tristan Jarry and Spencer Knight not budging. No score through the first 20 minutes. Shots on goal in favor of the Penguins. 12-10.
What was I impressed with? Number one, Tristan Jarry. I thought Tristan was really good at making difficult saves look easy and battling through traffic and bouncing pucks. And the muckers and the grinders for me. I thought they did a really good job of getting that momentum back for the Penguins, especially the latter half of that first period when it seemed to be all cats early on. And the Penguins just went to work. After not scoring on the double minor, I like the way that the muckers and grinders were able to not only get the momentum for the Penguins, but hang on to it too.
How about right at the beginning of the game, that shot from Bennett? Rang off the post. Yeah. I mean, early on, how many times have we seen that movie? But the Penguins able to keep it scoreless through the first 20. Brian Metzer is standing by. He'll have the first intermission report for us. The Penguins here in Sunrise, Florida, trying to take down the reigning Stanley Cup champions. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Welcome back, Richard.
Yeah!
Oh, man.
It's Bill Bork. It's the Bill Bork Show.
It's been a long
Bork
time.
And Bazzi Show? Can we make it a Bork
and Bazzi? It flows. It goes right off the tongue.
B squared.
You know what else goes right off the tongue? What I'm driving right now.
What are you driving?
I'm driving a F-150 XLT Super Crew.
We have over 500 trucks, F-Series, so F-152, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 50. Yeah, I can't say that fast, can you? Yes, and the yeehaw part of that is it's an over-the-top expression of happiness.
With FedEx One Rate, you can ship to your student for a simple, predictable flat rate. Send a box full of home-baked treats that say, "Your father and I miss you." Or send a box full of instant noodles that says, "Your father and I would like you to stop asking us for money." Either way, one rate fits all. FedEx One Rate. 2-day shipping, one flat rate, starting at $14.50. Visit FedEx.com/OneRate for details. Exclusions apply.
What's up, Pittsburgh? Brian Rust here, letting you know that I'm bringing back half-off milkshakes to the city of Pittsburgh. That's right, you heard me. Half-off shakes are back at Milkshake Factory when I score a goal. Rusty's Shake is a rich chocolate shake with oven-baked brownies, crushed cookies and cream, and melted hot fudge topped with whipped cream. And of course, a chocolate 17. When I score a goal, come celebrate with me at the Milkshake Factory.
Now it's time for the first period recap, brought to you by Giant Eagle. Now back to the Penguins Radio Network.
And welcome into our first intermission report, where the Penguins and Panthers are scoreless after one period of play at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida. Brian Metzer here with you at our Penguins Radio Network studios in snowy Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Penguins, they looked a little snowy at the beginning of that first period of play, not really getting it going too much against the Panthers, who were getting chance after chance. Tristan Jarry making some big saves to keep things scoreless, and then they actually had Sam Bennett hit a post that came close to putting them up 1-0. They had a couple of great opportunities right after that. Jarry was on top of it as well, but then things changed. The Penguins got themselves a high-sticking double minor power play with Reinhart going to the box after getting his stick into the face of Graves of the Penguins, who left the ice, hadn't come back as of the last time we heard. The boys didn't get to tell us an update yet. We'll see if he comes out at the second. But through that power play, they had some great opportunities, came close to putting a couple of pucks into the goal, 3 shots on goal during that power play. And then from there, they just had a ton of really great opportunities against Spencer Knight, finishing the period with 12 shots on goal, which crazy to say, is almost as many as they had in an entire hockey game against him the first time around whenever they beat Spencer Knight and the Florida Panthers earlier this season, scoring 5 against them. So if they continue to play the way they did in the second half of that first period, I think that they will eventually get rewarded for it and maybe potentially ride out of Sunrise with a couple of big points in the standings. But overall, there were a couple of different players that just seemed to be feeling pretty good during that period of play. Ricard Raquel let one of those patented wrist shots go closer to the end of the period. Aaron Ekblad, the assistant captain of the Panthers, tried to block it, took it right off the hand, and was really grimacing a bit on the bench. I think he did shake it off, and it doesn't seem that it's going to knock him out or anything, but we'll keep an eye on that one for you. When we come back, of course, it's a look at some of the individual stats and a whole lot more, and we'll do that next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is the S&T Bank First Period Instant Radio Replay.
Brought to you by S&T Bank, proud presenting sponsor of the Penguins Radio Network.
Pushes it up ahead to Brian Rust, down along the far wall. Florida looks to crank it on out as Rust has to send it down deeper into the corner. It's pulled out by Tkachuk. Here come the Panthers. Sam Bennett with some speed over the Penguins line for the crease. He shoots. It goes off the post. Rebound. Stopped by Jari. Loose puck in the crease. And they're still fighting for it as it's loose and now frozen.
Pens fans, hockey is back and we're ready to get rowdy. Pick up some Labatt Blue Light, turn on the game, and get cracking all season long. Labatt Blue Light, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, 2024 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York, all rights reserved. Labatt regular U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd. Message for 21 and older.
Stop by Mario's 412 Grill in Bridgewater for $2 Labatt Blue 16-ounce drafts during all Penguins games.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with a new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
The demand for laborers in Pennsylvania is at an all-time high. And to join the Laborers Union, you don't need a college degree. Get free hands-on skills training while earning an average wage package of $42 per hour with top health and pension benefits for you and your family. Build a stronger future. Join the union way of life at laborparecruit.com today. That's laborparecruit.com.
Pittsburgh knows the strength of a good team. At Tri-State Office Furniture, everyone brings something unique to the table, and we use those abilities to strengthen our team. We go above and beyond to find what's right for you, because once you're in the Tri-State family, you're a part of our team.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Shop and Save and Sunoco both know that running on empty is never an option on the ice. It's all about performing your best and staying full of energy. On the road, it's no different. Fuel up with the best and redeem Shop and Save pump perks at over 140 participating Sunoco locations. We make it easy to fill your tank so that you can head to the rink and witness more moments like these. Shop, save, enjoy life.
This is the First Intermission Report, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs are the official vehicles of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Radio Network.
Pens and Panthers scoreless after one period of play in Sunrise. Brian Metzer here with you. And as promised, let's take a look at some of those statistics, etc., from the first period of play. And on the Penguins side, first, of course, the 53% in the faceoff dot rolls on their prowess in a first period positive stretch of faceoff work. Just 10-9, though, in that first period, but you'll take it because they were, one better in the win column. When you're looking at the individuals and how they did, the best player was Nola Chari. He went 3-0. The worst was Cody Glass, who lost 2, so he was 0-2. Kevin Hayes, making his return to the lineup, went 2-3. Sidney Crosby, 3-2. Evgeny Malkin, 1-1. And Blake Lizotte, 1-1 in the face-off circle. Talked about the shots on goal and how the Penguins turned it on and got themselves originally 12. They've now added one. It's 13 for the period. We always know that the scorekeeper's catching up a little bit during the intermission and marking that down. Of those 4, it is the returning Kevin Hayes with 4 shots on goal, 5 total attempts. Matt Grzelcyk, 3 attempts, but all of them were blocked in that period, so you got to start getting those through, my friend. Eric Carlson, 3 attempts, 2 on goal, and then it was Pierre-Olivier Joseph with 5 shot attempts in the period, just 1 on goal, though, and then Sidney Crosby, 2 shots on goal. On the Panthers side of things, 10 total shots for them. 2 different players with 3. Anton Lundell had 3 shots on goal, and Sam Bennett. And we mentioned that Bennett came the closest to scoring for the Panthers at one point when he came off the post to the left of Tristan Jarry. Their face-off leader was Sam Bennett, 3-1 in the face-off dot. And then, of course, it was Alexander Barkov who went 2-1 for them there. The block shots in that period of play were 10 for the Panthers, so the Penguins got to find ways to get those shots through. When we come back, a look around the league at some news, notes, and more on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
What are 2 things the Pittsburgh Penguins have in common with Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company? Hard work and dedication. If you're looking for heavy equipment, need a specific part, or want expert service, talk to the industry leaders at Cleveland Brothers, your local CAT dealer. We provide solutions and products for construction, landscaping, oil and gas, electric and industrial power, highway, and more. Let us help you score the winning goal. Visit www.clevelandbrothers.com to learn more.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Ouch! Man, that check's gotta hurt. And the gloves are coming off. Oof, that's $100 right there. Yeesh, that's $1,000.
Hey, what's with the dollar amounts?
That's how much each injury could be worth if he calls Morgan & Morgan. Yikes, that one's gotta be at least $10K.
When you hire Morgan & Morgan, their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Official personal injury lawyers of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette delivers the news that matters to you. We deliver coast to coast with award-winning coverage of world events. We deliver in the zone with the latest local news in your community. We deliver whether you're home or away with on-the-fly digital access. And of course, we deliver on the ice with hard-hitting hockey coverage and in-depth news from around the league. For Pittsburgh and the greatest hockey fans around, nobody delivers like the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Hey, Pittsburgh fans, this is Phil Bork. In hockey, big goals cause big momentum shift. As we all know, our Penguins have scored a lot of big goals over the years. As a founding partner of the Penguins, PPG also likes big goals and is pursuing them off the ice to better the Pittsburgh community and the world. Through their Colorful Communities program, they team up with community partners to protect and beautify neighborhoods globally. Since 2015, they've completed over 500 projects, including one I had the chance to be a part of right here in Pittsburgh. We like big goals because when we score them, we all win.
It's time for the scoreboard.
Penguins and Panthers scoreless after one period of play in Florida. Brian Metzer back here with you, and it's the only game currently being played, but there are a few face-offs about to happen. The Canadians will go into Chicago to face Bedard and the Blackhawks. That puck drops at 8 o'clock. Nick Suzuki looking to add to his 11 goals and 36 points, and Bedard up to 33 points on the season with 10 goals. Senators go into St. Louis for a matchup with the Blues at 8 p.m. And Tim Stützle, 40 points on the season in that one. The Ducks and Oilers will lock horns at 9 p.m. Both Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl looking to add to 12-game scoring streak. Draisaitl, 56 points and 27 goals at the moment, and those 27 goals lead the National Hockey League at this point. Predators and Canucks will drop their puck at 10 p.m. tonight. Philip Forsberg and Quinn Hughes, some of the top scorers in that one. Forsberg looking at 30 points so far on the season, and Quinn Hughes up to 42 points from the blue line with 8 goals, one of the best scoring defensemen and best all-around defenders in the league. When we come back here, it is second period action from Sunrise with Joe Brand and Phil Bork on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Under review. So I always crack up when people go, I got a 4th and a 5th and a 6th. And yeah, and Charlie Brown got a rock. I'll take the 4th, 5th, and 6th over the rock. If you miss on your first round draft pick, it can happen. You miss the second time, what are we doing here? You miss the third time, you should be fired. What are you doing running your team's draft? No excuses. Under review with Nick Kerr. 11 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Vegas Golden Knights head coach Bruce Cassidy. What gets you excited when you see their team, really starting to function at a high level?
Now you're bringing new guys in and creating a culture for them. I have always enjoyed that. Enjoyed it in Boston. Love it here. 2 organizations with great culture and winning sort of attitudes. And we're seeing some young guys getting a little more responsibility and handling it well.
The Power Play. Weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind, wrist the line, and walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, scores!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM. Hockey 24/7 on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
The only 2 players in the history of the National Hockey League to have 600 goals, 1,600 points, 3 Stanley Cups, and 2 Conn Smythes. Wayne and Sid. Just it absolutely blows your mind how good Sidney Crosby is and how much we take him for granted.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and on your schedule with the Sirius XM app. Join me, Ward Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91. The best hockey lives here.
Marks gets it back, stick handles to the backhand, moves in front, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
See Lexus of North Hills and Rourke Lexus.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The biggest plays on the ice.
He's up ahead, Pacioretty to the net, backhand score! What a move!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Dick's Sporting Goods, official sporting goods retailer of the Penguins.
This is Drew O'Connor. Now let's get back to the action called by Joe Brandt and the old 2-9er Phil Bork.
Well, they've added a shot on goal for the Penguins, and it's given to Sidney Crosby, who now has 2 tonight. As Brian Metzer mentioned in the intermission report, Kevin Hayes leading the way with 4 shots on goal. His first game back after sitting out in the last 9 as a healthy scratch. We've got no score through the first 20 minutes. Second period about to begin here from Sunrise, Florida. He's the old 2-9er, Phil Bork. I'm Joe Brandt.
Well, that's a good thing. Kevin Hayes with a shoot-first mentality after sitting for 9. And, if you're not going to be throwing the body around, take a check, give a check, then throw some biscuits at the net like Kevin Hayes just did. And, with him playing center tonight, where, before he was the healthy scratch, mostly as a left wing, maybe feels a little more freedom there in the middle of the ice.
Mike Sullivan has mentioned how he likes his versatility, being able to use him at center, wing, power play, on the PK. No scores. We begin this second period. Puck is in the Penguins zone, held by the Panthers. At the near point, it's Ekblad ringing around the boards, the far corner for Barkov. As they get around, Eric Carlson plays along the far wall to the far point for Forsling. Dumps it back off the end wall. Kicks over to the near side. Ricard Raquel tries to chop at it. Barkov pulls it out, though. Near point for Bennett. Another Sam Reinhart walks in. Downstairs to the corner. Barkov, bottom of the circle. Back up to Forsling. Wrist one, he scores. Whole bunch of pressure and traffic from the Florida Panthers to begin this second period. And they strike first. Not even a minute into the second period. It's 1-0 Florida.
As much as that is a rocket by Forsling, I have a feeling that he maybe hit something on the way in. As I'm talking, I'm looking to see if it hits something on the way in. There's a little bit of traffic by Reinhart in the front, but I thought that Tristan Jarry, as he was trying to look past Reinhart, he was going down at the same time. And just as he was going down, that's when that wrist shot sailed over his left glove hand. Short side, 1-0 Cats.
So the first shot of this second period. Panthers grab the first goal. This opening face-off to begin the second period is brought to you by number 1 Talker and Go One Better. Penguins in their road white sweaters attacking from right to left. Panthers in their home red sweaters attacking from left to right. They dump it back into the Penguin zone as Theo Joseph sends it along the near boards. Here's a centering pass. More pressure on Jarry. He's able to eat this one up, though, as Matthew Tkachuk was right on the doorstep. Jarry stops it, keeping it 1-0 Florida.
Tkachuk's allowed to go to the front of the net and stay there, and he's right on top of Tristan Jarry. And Jarry makes that save from a shot that came from below the goal line. Tkachuk was standing right over the Penguins goaltender, and man, you kind of wish somebody would get in there and do something about it.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's going to keep doing that all night if he can. Panthers win the draw in the Penguin zone. Down to the corner. Verhaeghe races after it. Swings it over to the far side. Lundell. Pitch it up along the far wall. Tried to send it deep. It's taken by Blake Lizotte. They'll chip it out to the neutral zone. Panthers take it right back as Nate Schmidt dumps it into the Penguins' end. Jarry out of his net to stop it. Had a little confusion. Wide open net, and the Penguins are luckily able to swat it out of there.
Oh, boy. Tristan Jarry just going behind his net just 2 lackadaisical, and then could not control the bouncing puck. Was spinning around in a 360 motion as he had no idea where it was, and Ryan Graves came in to save the day.
Well, he stopped it with the heel of his stick, but he wasn't sure where it was. Panthers swiped it as the Penguins send it down to the Panthers' end for icing. Not even 2 minutes into the second period. It's 1-0 Florida.
Well, I didn't mention it in the first period, but I'm going to mention it now, how important the first goal is for the Florida Panthers. When they score the first goal on home ice, they're 8-2. When they don't, they're just 3-6-1.
That's also the 9th time in the last 11 games the Penguins have allowed the opposition to strike first. During that stretch, they are 3-4-1. There's a quick shot, loose puck in front, and A.J. Greer can't pull the trigger a second time. Panthers still have it in the Penguin zone. Sent around the boards, in behind the net. Simiskevich brings it up to the far wall. Now Blake Lizotte chips it out to the neutral zone. Quickly taken by Kulikov. We get a whistle blown here.
You got a penalty or a high stick on the puck?
I think high stick on the puck.
High stick on the puck. Stick on the puck it is. And you had a feeling the Panthers, the way the second half of the first period went, oh, it's a high stick.
Well, penalty number 10, 2-minute minor, high sticking.
So here you go. Penguins have all 3 power plays. First one was a double minor to Reinhart, and now it's Greer in the box for high sticking. So all the penalties against the Panthers have been high sticking. And great opportunity for this power play to even the score with the Penguins down the goal. Scored early here in the second.
Penguins had 4 power play shots back in the first period, but none finding the back of the net. They're looking for their first one in this second period. 1-0 Florida. 10 seconds shaved off of the Penguins' power play. Top unit is out there with Crosby, Raquel, Bunting, Rust, and Matt Grizzly. Penguins take it over the Panthers' line, far side. Crosby chips it up to the far point. Matt Grizzly walks the blue line. Over to Brian Rust, far circle. Back up to Grizzly, high slot. To Michael Bunting above the near circle. Back up to Grizzly. In the high slot, he sends it. Touch pass. Raquel just wide of the net. Crosby swats it back over to Brian Russ at the far half wall. His pass gets deflected. Pops up in the air. Panthers have it in the neutral zone. Barkov will slide it over the Penguins line. Gets it back to Matt Grzelcyk. He stretches it up ahead to Sidney Crosby over the Panthers line. Dumps it down to the far corner. Raquel gets it off the boards. Michael Bunting at the far half wall. Cuts into the far circle. Now towards the crease, but got broken up. Settles down the puck in behind the net. Pitched over to Russ. Now to Grzelcyk. To Crosby, far circle. Crosby at the bottom of it, up to the high slot for Matt Grzelcyk. Under a minute to go on this Penguins power play. Down by a goal. Michael Bunting, bottom of the far circle. Pass to Crosby, missed his stick. Goes all the way down to the Penguins' end.
I think Sid had something planned before that pass came to him, and I don't know if he just missed it or if it hopped over his stick, but Penguins had something going on there. That was just a tough break for Sid.
Second unit now out there as Malkin drops it back for Tomasino to O'Connor on the near side. Down to the corner, rings it off the end boards. Up to the far point, Kevin Hayes.
Look out, look out.
Trying to get it to Carlson. Missed everywhere off the near boards, and the Panthers will clear it on down. Goes off the end wall and off the back of the cage. Lost the ring, and the first guy there for the Panthers. 15 seconds on this Penguins power play. And now the Penguins have it with some speed in the neutral zone. Tomasino over the Panthers line. Chips it down to the far corner. Along the end wall, Spencer Knight. Brings it back up to the far point. Kept alive by Carlson, though. Malkin in the crease, trying to cut through. Got interrupted. And now his pass goes right to the Panthers. Out of the box is A.J. Greer. He picks up the puck. Not on a stretch play, though. He'll take it over the Penguins line. His pass now taken from Malkin. Stretched up ahead to Kevin Hayes. He leaves it back over for Drew O'Connor. Gets crunched hard into the boards by A.J. Greer on the near side.
Clean check. Drew O'Connor had his head down, and Greer made him pay.
Another successful kill for the Panthers. They have it in the Penguins zone. Kachuk up to the near point for Forsling. His shot gets broken up by Nola Chari. Loose puck tumbles at the neutral zone. Taken by Forsling, and the Panthers will dump it back into the Penguins' end. Slowly rings around the board. Chari out of his net. Was thinking about stopping it, but then left it for Pettersson. He sends it out to the neutral zone. Chipped down to the Panthers' end. Matt Nieto first to get there at the near corner. As the plate along the end wall. Verhaeghe with it. Couldn't handle the puck. Now sent over to the far side. Kachuk spits it over to Verhaeghe. The near side. It's Bennett over the Penguins line. Verhaeghe far circle. Down to the corner it goes. Nola Chari tries to swing it out. Blake Lazat's got it along the far wall. Still looking to get it out of the Penguins zone. Now he will. Pushing it one-handed into the neutral zone. Sent ahead to Nola Chari over the Panthers line. Dumps it down to the far corner. Chases after it along the end wall as the Penguins will get a change. It's 1-0 Panthers. 5.5 minutes into this second period. Panthers have it, sending it to the near side. Adam Boquist dumps it into the Penguins' end. Rings around the board. Chari out of his net to stop it again. Slings it along the near side. It goes all the way over to the Panthers' end. Facing it down is Kulikov. Not far enough for icing. Sent over to the far point. Owen Pickering keeps it alive at the Penguins' end. Cuts through. Far circle. Down to the corner. Ryan Graves centering pass. Couldn't connect with Brian Russ. Russ found some traffic in front of the crease. The Panthers take it back. Here they come over the Penguins line. Drop back as Crosby will swat it out to Brian Russ. He's spreading over the Panthers line. Cuts on in towards the crease. Gets taken down to the ice. Crosby with it again on the far side. He gets stripped of the puck. Here come the Panthers with it. They could have numbers 3-on-2. With speed over the Penguins line. But now Reinhart gets stripped of the puck. Penguins have it. Crosby on the near side of the neutral zone. Flings it over to the far corner in the Panthers' end. Jumped over the stick of Bunting. Now he strips it. Keeping it alive in the high slot. Carlson, far circle. Takes it down to the corner. Fires a shot, went above the net. Swings all the way over to the Penguins' end. The race is on. Grzelcyk chasing after it. Jari will play it over to the near side. First to get there is Lundell, though. Panthers have it. They chip it up to the near corner for Hagee. Now a pass stolen by Michael Bunting. Here come the Penguins with some transition. Malkin over the Panthers line, but his pass gets broken up. Loose puck to the near corner. Kicked along the end wall to the near corner, played along the near boards, and now kick free to Jesper Boquist, but Erik Karlsson settles down the loose puck, gets it to Cody Glass, who chips it off the far boards to Michael Bunting over the Panthers line. Dumps it down to the corner, blows down in that corner. He got checked in the side from Lundell, and then a freeze of the puck from Spencer Knight on a puck just left of the net. It's 1-0 Panthers. 7 minutes and 15 seconds about into this second period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen into that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp. Refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguins down by a goal. 12:44 to go in this second period. Along with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. Game 2 of this 3-game road trip. Penguins playing in their first game here at Amerant Bank Arena this year. Trying to keep it a positive record against the reigning Stanley Cup champions.
One more time in March, these two clubs. And now the Penguins have had success when they've played defending Cup champs. The last 14 times they've done that, their record is 10-4.
Something about playing up the competition sometimes to work in your favor. Panthers trying to clear it out of their zone, kept alive. Kevin Hayes in the slot rips a shot right to the glove of Spencer Knight. 1-0 Panthers with 12:26 to go in this second.
90s night here in Florida. When you think of the 90s, what do you think of, Joe? Anything come to mind?
I'm sorry to date myself, but I think of my early childhood. Think about coming home and watching Nickelodeon. And
yeah. How about your boy bands that you used to love? Backstreet Boys?
How could I forget about those posters on my wall? You're right. All the talent shows my dad would take me to. We'd rehearse in the garage for hours. Kevin Hayes keeps it alive in the near corner. Penguins have it in the Panthers zone, but now chipped along the end wall. Anton Lundell clears it on out. A leaping attempt from Kevin Hayes. Couldn't get a handle of the puck. Meanwhile, the Panthers take it over the Penguins line. Here's Lundell, a quick shot, and a shoulder save, Jari. Rebound goes over to the near side for Hagee. Couldn't get a clean pass off. It's Hayes taking it over the Panthers line. Near circle, rips a shot, goes wide.
That corner was there. Knight was off his net and down early. Kevin Hayes tried to go glove side, a little wide.
Here's the Penguins, maybe 2-on-1. Crosby trying to set up O'Connor, but couldn't finish.
That Bennett on the backhand, on the back check, that was outstanding defense. Looked like a 2-on-1 for the Penguins and made it 2-on-2 with the back check by Bennett.
Quickly going back. I mean, man, do you think Kevin Hayes is motivated to play tonight?
Absolutely. Different player. Wants to hop in the giddy up.
Panthers had it in the Penguins zone. It gets kicked on all the way out to the Panthers end, raced down by Gustav Forsling. The far side, Sam Bennett can't handle him in the neutral zone. Derek Carlson will chip it up into the air, tumbling puck to the right of Spencer Knight. He'll slow it down with his stick for Forsling. Lays it off the near wall for Bennett. He chips it out to the neutral zone, batted down by Ryan Graves as Owen Pickering's got it. Sends it to Graves on the near side, pushed up to Blake Lazan to the neutral zone, chips it over into the Panthers end. Stopped by Aaron Ekblad. He'll send it to the far side. Blake Lazat keeps it alive, but it actually bounced off of Lazat into the Penguins bench. 10:46 to go in this second period. 1-0 Panthers.
Well, every Penguins fan knows the biggest moments, you look for your best to shine. That's why 3 generations of Pittsburghers have trusted Orr's Jewelers for their biggest moments. Orr's Jewelers. It's the official jeweler of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Orr's rocks.
What do you think of when you think of the 1990s?
Tickle Me Elmo, Blockbuster Video, VHS tapes. I mean, mullets everywhere. Business up front, party in the back.
I mean,
where else do you want to go? Rollerblades?
I mean, you had some pretty significant moments in your career of the 1990s.
How about a couple Stanley Cups?
Yeah, but no, tickle me Elmo. Tell me more about that. How many did you have? Here's a shot that just kicked wide by Tristan Jarry over to the far side. Panthers with it in the Penguin zone. Near side Owen Pickering chips it along the near wall. Evgeny Malkin tries to kick it free, kept alive by the Panthers. Swatted out a little bit by Pickering. Panthers still pitching it alive in the near corner. Now taking Cody Glass will send it to the neutral zone. Quickly dumped back in by Sam Reinhart. Swung around the boards for Owen Pickering. And now Ryan Graves drops it back to Pickering. Penguins need a change. They're slow to get off the bench. Played over to the near side. Taken away. Tommy Nosek firing. A shot was A.J. Greer. Went wide of the net. Panthers looking to keep it alive along the near boards. Nosek's got it in the slot. Throws one. Caught some traffic. Goes over to the far side. Panthers swinging around the boards to the near half wall. It's Rodriguez. Picking it up to the near point. Boquist. Over to the far side. Schmidt rips a shot. Saved by Jarry. Puck in behind the net. Rodriguez is there. They'll take it to the corner. Back up to the far point. Cross ice pass Boquist. Down to the corner. A.J. Greer in the circle. Boquist shoots. Fires it wide. Puck rung around the board, slowed down by an idle stick laying there on the ice. Penguins have it in transition over the neutral zone as Achari dumps it down to the far corner. A.J. Greer muscles him off the puck, though, sends it to the near side.
That was a high stick, Greer, high stick. No Achari, no call.
There's P.L. Joseph in the slot to Pettersson near circle. He wrists one, it goes wide.
Oh, goodness, and is Achari bleeding here? This whistle kind of came out of nowhere, and I wonder if they blew it down because Achari's on the ice bleeding from the high stick from Greer. Listen, I'm not going to say the wrong thing here unless they're going to call it. Hold on here. Here we go.
Florida has a 4-minute double minor for high sticking.
There it is. There was no delayed call here. So this might be the linesman, actually. The linesman is allowed to go to the referee and said, hey, you guys might have missed it, but I saw it. And it was A.J. Greer that got locked up with Noel Achari. His stick came up, clipped Achari in the face, and the Penguins are about to get their second 4-minute power play when we come back.
They could use it, down by a goal with under 9 minutes to go in the second period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This week on Let's Go with Bill Belichick, Max Crosby, Peter King, and me, Jim Gray. Los Angeles Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh. Now you're back with an opportunity here in the playoffs. It happened pretty quick.
It feels good, really good. That's how it's felt, since day one, where everybody is doing anything and everything they can to help us be successful and to win. If you have that, it's just who could have it better.
Listen to the extended version of Let's Go, now available exclusively on the SiriusXM app.
24/7 Hockey Talk.
To understand that you are allowed to legally still check the head, not just the head. The head by itself is a penalty. If you wanted to change it, that would be like in the IIHF. That's probably a penalty at the Olympics. That's probably at the World Juniors. That guy's gone and suspended. I ask you, do you want that?
SiriusXM, NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91. And on your schedule with the SiriusXM app. The big names are on NHL Network Radio.
The Executive Director, Vice President of Hockey Operations for the NHL, Colin Campbell.
The one thing that we're wrestling right now, like when do you change a call? We talk about a listening device in the referee's ear. Do we make that next step? How more perfect can we make a game through video review and helping the officials on the ice?
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Trailing Florida 1-0, the Penguins have had their opportunities, and now they get another one. A double minor with A.J. Greer in the box. So the top power play unit once again out there for the Pens, with Sidney Crosby taking the draw, Brian Rust to his left, Ricard Raquel to his right, Michael Bunting and Matt Grzelcyk out there as well. The second double minor issued to the Panthers tonight. Crosby wins the draw, gets it to Grzelcyk, walks the blue line, sends it to the near point. Brian Rust feeds Crosby in the slot. He scores! A quick pass to Crosby in the slot. He wasted no time unloading. A power play goal to tie this game up at 1. And that is goal number 603.
What a pass by Brian Rust. It all started with the face-off win by Sidney Crosby, and they move it around the horn. Grzelcyk over to Brian Rust, and Brian Rust is playing in game number 600, registers point number 400 in his NHL career. And what a pass it was. Very Crosby-like, if you will. Rust to Crosby, and that wicked one-timer from the high slot sails right over the blocker, Spencer Knight. We're tied at 1, and there's more meat left on the bone here.
1:35 to go on the Penguins power play. As the top unit continues out there. Crosby brings it to the neutral zone near side. Ricard Raquel to Brian Rust, far half wall. Down to the bottom of the circle, played up to Grzelcyk at the far point, back over to Crosby, touch pass looking for Bunting, does all he can to keep it alive. Instead, the Panthers take it back, 2-on-1, near side Lindell, a quick shot denied by Jarry, another quick attempt from behind the net. He tried to go off the backside of Jarry, but he's able to freeze it. 1:15 to go on the Penguins power play with this game tied at 1.
Well, folks, if you're looking to be entertained, you've come to the right place. Because you never know what you're going to get from these Pittsburgh Penguins. You just scored a beautiful goal on the power play. And then, absolutely seconds later, it's a bouncing puck to Michael Bunting. Bunting goes down to one knee to try to keep it alive, and it goes off his glove right to the Florida Panthers on a 2-on-1. And mark that down right there. With 8:06 to go in the second period, a huge save by Tristan Jarry, pushing off from left to right, closing down the 5-hole.
Kulikov, a drive, saved by Jarry. Penguins looking to get it out of their zone. Erik Karlsson will bring it up to the neutral zone. Second unit out there. Tips it back to Kevin Hayes, down to Philip Tomasino in full flight over the Panthers line. Pitches it over far point. Karlsson a drive. It goes wide. Rebound goes off the end wall over to the far side and cranked on out by Florida, the near corner of the Penguin zone.
Well, Karlsson's trying to go posting in on a bunch of his shots. I think if he just put it on the middle of the net, because Spencer Knight is not all that in the bag of chips. I don't feel like he's really feeling it. Make him make the save, number one, and more importantly, make him control his rebound. Look out.
There's another missed opportunity from Tomasino to keep it alive, racing down Luis Serene, and he fires it wide of the net.
Oh, Mike Sullivan's going to absolutely lose his mind. The shorthanded chances the Penguins are giving up here after tying the game 1-1.
There's again, Lindell fires a shot off the shoulder of Jarry. In the near corner, the Panthers lead the NHL with 10 shorthanded goals this year. They send it down to the Panthers' end to kill off more time under 10 seconds left on this Penguins power play.
Yeah, it is remarkable. 10 shorthanded goals. You got Sam Reinhart with 4 already. We're not even halfway through the season.
Nobody's had more shorthanded goals than Sam Reinhart over the last 2 years. Meanwhile, A.J. Greer out of the box. Panthers take it back over the Penguins line. Reinhart trying to cross-ice feed it to Greer, and a loose puck in the crease swept out of there by Achari. Panthers with it at the far point. Forsling cranks it around the boards to the far corner as Pettersson slowed it down, pushed it up. Barkov trying to play it along the far boards. Now kick free to Matt Nieto in the neutral zone. Plays it off the boards. And a hard hit from Noel Achari, sending Adam Boquist down to the ice hard. Here's Samoskevich on the near side of the Penguins end. He blows a tire, falls into the end boards. Chipped along the end glass and off to the far corner. It's as the Panthers swing it over to the far point. Swept back around the boards to Blake Lizotte, near corner. Chips it up into the air, tumbles to the neutral zone. Off to the races was Ricard Raquel. He overskated it, though. Trips the puck for a moment. Here's a delayed penalty. Penguins are going to the PK for the first time tonight.
Unbelievably predictable. This isn't even a penalty, but you knew anything even close. This is Raquel just lifting the stick of a Florida Panther, and he's going to go.
Verhaeghe lifting on a shot as we got 6-on-5 for the Panthers right now. Verhaeghe, a drive. Caught Jarry and maybe even the side of the post. Goes all the way down to the Panthers' end. Play will roll on as this delayed penalty continues. 5.5 minutes left in the second period. We're tied at 1. Here's Verhaeghe with speed over the Penguins line. Fires it wide of the net. Crosby will swat it out. Stop the play, and Matthew Tkachuk wants a piece of Crosby.
Sid shot the puck, and he shot it right at Tkachuk, and Tkachuk wants a piece of Sid. And here we go.
There's a fracas.
Yeah, I think that's Michael Bunting in the mix. Some dirty gloves in the face, and that's Evan Rodriguez. Something Rodriguez rarely did as a Penguin, but when you're a Florida Panthers player, that's part of their DNA.
And Crosby right now holding Verhaeghe, pulling him into the wall. Almost everyone's got a dancing partner except for Tkachuk.
And I hate to say that because it's kind of disrespectful to the referees. By the way, your referees tonight are Kyle Raymond and Brandon Blandina. You felt like the Penguins have had the last 5 power plays. You felt like anything even close, it's almost like the referees, they're not looking to even the score. They don't have a counter in each pocket, but you know what I'm saying. Anything close is probably going to be called against the Penguins. And I believe it's Raquel that's going to go. Now Russ is in the box. Oh boy, this might be a problem here. Unless Russ is the original.
Raquel hanging out there as well.
There goes Rodriguez. Okay. So I think you're going to have Rust and Rodriguez are going to get a couple of roughing penalties and then the original on Ricard Raquel. The bad thing is you have 2 of your 3 top forwards in the box.
Yeah.
The good thing is neither one of them kill penalties.
Right. Florida with the 7th best power play in the NHL. This will be their first look of a man advantage tonight. Here's the call.
Penalties on the play. Pittsburgh, number 67, has the original 2 minute for hooking. 17, Pittsburgh, and number 8, Pittsburgh, each have 2 minutes for roughing. Florida, number 17, has 2 minutes for roughing. Number 19 from Florida has 2 minutes on sportsmanlike conduct. We will play 5-on-4, 2 minute power play for Florida.
So throw Tkachuk and Bunting in the box too, just for good measure, but at the end of the day, it's going to be power play Cats.
5:22 to go in the second period. First look at the Penguins PK, and when we come back, this game's tied up at 1. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hey, it's Hockey Talk time, where teamwork takes the spotlight. In hockey, success begins with a superb lineup, much like our Penguins.
Oh, you got that right, Roger. And speaking of success, Ford's lineup offers a winning combination of power, agility, and leadership.
Ooh, sounds like a dream team to me, Jimmy. With that being said, it's our pleasure to introduce an unbeatable roster. Mustang, F-150, Bronco Sport, and Escape.
Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguins Pledge is the Penguins' commitment to a better community and environment. Launched in 2023, Penguins Pledge brings awareness and solutions for a more sustainable society. Together with our Pledge champion partners, PPG, U.S. Steel, Endra Energy, Wesco, Coca-Cola, and EQT, the Penguins are excited to inspire our fans and to create action and awareness on issues of environmental and social sustainability. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
Penguins have killed off 22 of their last 25 penalties, but they are coming off a game in which they allowed 2 power play goals to the Detroit Red Wings back on New Year's Eve. First look at the PK here tonight, as this game is tied up at 1. 5:22 to go in the second period. Noel Acciari to take the draw. Matt Nieto to his right. Marcus Pettersson to his left. Erik Karlsson will pick the puck and pitch it up into the air after Acciari wins it. Start things off well on this Coppers penalty kill.
Again with Chris Letang out of the lineup for his 3rd consecutive game. Mike Sullivan is leaning on Erik Karlsson to come out here and kill penalties.
Panthers quickly dump it into the Penguins zone. Swung over to the far corner, and they'll clear it on out. Marcus Pettersson from below the goal line sends it all the way down to the Panthers' end. And Ekblad, Alexander Barkov, Sam Reinhart, and Sam Miskevich, along with Sam Bennett out there for the Panthers power plays. Sam Miskevich brings it around the boards. The far corner for Barkov, plays along the far wall to Bennett. To Ekblad at the high slot. To Barkov, now down to the corner. Played up to the high slot, Ekblad. Down Down to the near corner. It's played off the wall by Barkov. Swatted over to the near point, but kept alive by Ekblad. The near circle for Reinhart. Pitch free, loose puck in the crease, taken by Carlson. Will send it on down. 55 seconds to go on the Coppers penalty kill.
It's patient penalty killing, but aggressive when the time is there. And it's a four-man aggression. It can't just be one guy because that's going to leave somebody open. It has to be in unison.
Even though the Panthers have the most shorthanded goals in the NHL, they've given up the most shorthanded goals as well with 7. They have it back in the Penguins zone. Carlson steals a pass in behind the net. Can't handle on to it much as now he races after a loose puck far corner. Clears it on down again. 25 seconds to go on the Coppers penalty kill. Pushed up the head quickly to Verhaeghe. Takes it over the Penguins line. Above the near circle. Wrist one. Doesn't get through traffic. And Jari swats it over to the far boards. Verhaeghe takes the loose puck. Sends it to the near side to Lundell. Up to the high slot. Boquist. Back over to Lundell. 10 seconds to go on the Coppers PK. Boquist in the slot. Cruises in. Shot coming. Blocker save. Jari. Verhaeghe races after it in the far corner. Standing up and out of the box is Brian Rust. Successful PK for the Penguins. He has to hustle over to the the Penguins end is Verhaeghe. Gets stripped of the puck on a shot attempt. P.O. Joseph pitches it over to the neutral zone all the way down to the Panthers end.
It's just an outstanding job by P.O. Joseph. Not only to block that pass, but then when it became a 50-50 puck battle, he won the battle by getting strong on the stick.
With 3 minutes to go in the second period, we're tied up at 1. Drew O'Connor takes a hard hit at the far board just in front of the Panthers bench. Owen Pickering sends it ahead to Crosby, jumped off his stick. Loose puck swept back over to Crosby. He overskated it for a moment. Now pitch free to O'Connor over the Panthers line, near side, down to the corner. Tries to drag it towards the crease, couldn't finish it. Picks up the loose puck, though, as he gets pinned along the boards by Boquist. Sent on out to Nosek. He's got it at the far half wall on the Penguins end. Going to keep it alive. He pitches it free to Kulikov. Over to the neutral zone. Speeding over Samoskevich over the Penguins line, near side. Fired a shot, caught some traffic. Drew O'Connor slows it down to the near side. Sends it off the glass, but it's batted down by Samoskevich, kept alive by Greer. In the slot, over to the far circle, Barkov. A shot, glove save, Jari. 2:13 to go in the second period. A 1-1 tie is Michael Bunting and Ricard Raquel will exit the box after serving their roughing penalties. So will Evan Rodriguez.
That's a key kill right there. You know, we've had some big saves by Tristan Jari at key moments. That right there was a monster kill by the Penguins in a 1-1 hockey game while you're on the road.
Panthers now out shooting the Pens 21-17. They're going to face off to the right of Jari. As it's actually the Penguins control. They flip it up into the air, down over to the Panthers end. Raced down by Schmidt. Sends it over to the far side. Barkov stripped of the puck for a moment, but does get it back over to the Penguins end. Down to the far corner, it slowly rolls. Marcus Pettersson pushes it over to Erik Karlsson. Karlsson looking to sling it around the far boards. Panthers keep it alive. Quick pass down low. Now up to the slot. Here's a shot coming. It goes wide on the attempt from Balinskis. Kicked over to the far wall. Matt Nieto is able to kick it out to the neutral zone, but slowed down by Balinskis. Dumps it back into the Penguins' end. Tumbling puck to the near corner. Hard hit into the boards from Barkov on Marcus Pettersson. Now a shot, Ekblad, and a pad save from Jari. Rebound goes over to the far side. Sent out to the neutral zone looking for a Chari, but the Panthers take it back. Overskating the puck was Verhaeghe. Matt Nieto will dump it into the Panthers' end. Swept out of there by Spencer Knight, the Panthers goaltender.
Karlsson and Pettersson have been out here for a while.
Swung around the boards, over to the far wall. Here's Malkin in full flight. Over the Panthers line far side. Slows down to the far half wall. Lost the puck as he got hit into the boards by Kulikov. Dumped in deep down to the far corner. Under a minute to go in this second period. A 1-1 tie between the Pens and the Cats. A quick shot from Malkin. That's steered wide of the net. P.O. Joseph settles it down to the near point. One-timer Grzelcyk, an off-balance shot. Went off the end wall. Goes over to the near half boards. As for Boquist kicks it out to the neutral zone. Penguins take it back. They've got 40 seconds left in the period. We're tied at 1. P.O. Joseph brings it around the boards over to the far corner. Left for Michael Bunting. Takes it down to the circle along the end wall. Plays it up to the near boards. P.O. Joseph with it to the near point. Can't keep it alive in the Panthers end. Dumps it back in with 25 seconds left in the period. Both teams get a change. 20 seconds left in the period. Stretch pass ahead as they were looking for Samoskevich. Jari out of his net to play it. Sends it over to the far side. Marcus Pettersson trying to get the puck away from the official. Sends it off the end wall. We've got under 10 seconds to go in the period. Pedersen just trying to milk off time, and he'll take down one of the Florida Panthers. This is going to be a penalty. And it's going to put the Penguins short-handed with 3 seconds to go in the second period.
Boy, just get in the room 1-1. Now only 3.1 left here. Here's the penalty.
Pittsburgh penalty number 28 has a 2-minute minor for tripping.
It's details. It's just a little thing, Joe. It's a little thing of making sure. You know the time. You know the situation here. Get 2 hands on your stick. Get this stick off the ice. Just let the time tick down. But Marcus Pedersen just gets caught reaching with his stick. There's no need to do that. Just make sure that detail is taken care of getting your stick out of any kind of feet or skates.
You can sense the frustration in Pedersen's reaction, too, in the box right now. Crosby's going to take the draw. He wins it. He's killing off time is Ryan Graves. That'll do it for the second period. A 1-1 tie. Well, the Penguins will be shorthanded for 1:57 to begin the third period. Sidney Crosby with the power play goal to tie things up. Brian Russ with his 400th career point in his 600th career game. And things get a little chippy as A.J. Greer is loitering over towards the Penguins bench as they're trying to exit into the tunnel. I don't know. Maybe we'll see some more fireworks in the third period the way this game's going.
Well, Mr. Brand, I can only hope so. I think it brings the best out of the Penguins. And other teams have to drive. It doesn't come natural to the Penguins. They don't go out looking for it. It's not a game they really want to play. But when their opponent takes them by the scruff of the neck and drags them into the fight, I think the Penguins play better. So I can only hope the Panthers can continue to do that to the Pens.
We'll see what's in store for the final 20 minutes. Again, the Penguins will be shorthanded to begin the third. Before we get there, Brian Metzer will have the second intermission report for us, along with tweets with the old 2-9er. It's all here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Welcome to Irvin Works, just one of 3 U.S. steel plants here in the Mon Valley.
That's union steelworking veteran Mark Schuler talking about the place he has worked for 29 years.
I'm 4th generation steel, and I'd like it to remain here.
And approving Nippon Steel's partnership with U.S. Steel is what these plants need to keep running. It's not just unionized workers. It's also the towns they live and work in that need the deal to go through.
Towns like ours depend on these plants.
That's a former union worker and current mayor of Clairton, Rich Latanzi. Towns like his and others in our region will all benefit from the partnership. Here's 44-year union veteran Andy Macy.
Nippon Steel has committed $1 billion in upgrades for the Mon Valley alone. Keeping U.S. Steel in the Mon Valley keeps union jobs in the Mon Valley.
U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel, the future of American steel.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
At GetGo, quality is at the core of every menu item. Our 3 expert chefs fine-tune every detail, from how classic and unexpected flavors complement each other to the order each fresh ingredient is added, so that every sub, burger, salad, wrap, drink, and app is crafted for craveability. And we're always searching for bold new recipes and ways to improve your favorites. Order amazing at GetGo Cafe.
He's been very active with his high stick. He was in the box on a number of occasions in that period. He got the double minor for high sticking at 11:04. That's the one that Sid scored on, and he had a high sticking penalty at 2:16 of that period of play. So the Penguins do cash there. Both sides had a number of great scoring opportunities, and the goaltenders were up to the challenge. But A lot of it came on special teams because they mentioned the penalties. Penguins went to the box at 14:38 along with a number of Panthers. On their side, they had Rust, Raquel, and Bunting go. On the Panthers side, it was Rodriguez and Matthew Tkachuk getting a unsportsmanlike for 2 minute and then a 10-minute misconduct. Beyond that, there were a couple other penalties that we can go through whenever we get together in postgame. When we come back here, though, we are going to tweet the old 2-9er. Tweet us at Penguins Live. Borky answers the questions next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is the S&T Bank second period instant radio replay.
Brought to you by S&T Bank, proud presenting sponsor of the Penguins Radio Network.
Issue to the Panthers tonight. Crosby wins the draw, gets it to Grzelcyk, walks the blue line, sends it to the near point. Brian Rush feeds Crosby in the slot. He scores! A quick pass to Crosby in the slot. He wasted no time unloading. A power play goal to tie this game up at 1.
Penguins Pledge is the Penguins' commitment to a better community and environment. Launched in 2023, Penguins Pledge brings awareness and solutions for a more sustainable society. Together with our Pledge champion partners, Davey Tree, Excelitas, Duquesne Light Company, WM and Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Penguins are excited to inspire our fans and to create action and awareness on issues of environmental and social sustainability. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Get the official NHL app to watch, read, and listen to all the deeks.
All I can say is absolutely wow.
All the sauce. All the saves. All the hits. All the snipes. All the sellies.
He scores! Unbelievable!
All the hockey. If it's hockey, it's here. Listen to every NHL game for free, now with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Download the official NHL app now.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This Pittsburgh Penguins moment is brought to you by the officers, members, and families of Local Union Number 5 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Our members have lived and worked in the region since 1897, providing all the electrical and telecommunication needs of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. We offer a state-of-the-art training center that is second to none and internationally recognized. Local Union Number 5 of the IBEW will be here to stand by you for all your electrical installation needs today and well into the future. Our members show their hometown pride supporting the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Tweet the old 2-9er.
Pens and Panthers tied at 1 aside in Sunrise. Brian Metzer here with you. Joining me now live from the arena, our good buddy, the old 2-9er Phil Bork, because it's time for him to answer your questions. It's Tweet the old 2-9er time. Borky, your first one tonight. TL wanted your thoughts on why some roster decisions were made. He has a couple guys in the lineup over Beauvillier now. He wanted to know what you thought about him coming out of the lineup tonight.
Well, the thing with Anthony Beauvillier, and I like him, I'm a fan. He has moments when he looks really good and he's scoring goals and he's noticeable. But the problem is, and why he's out of the lineup, is that when he's not noticeable and not scoring goals, I don't think he's doing enough to stay in the lineup. You know what I mean? And also the Penguins, over the last, 6 games here, they've done the old win one, lose one, win one, lose one, back and forth. And the other part of that is, because you have made yourself expendable, you have to get Kevin Hayes in there. You can't have Hayes sit there for too long, right? He's been out for 9 straight games.
For sure.
And I get it. I know the Penguins have been playing better hockey, and with Beauvillier in there. But at some point, you had to get Hayes in. You just don't want to be that guy that the coaches say, that let's take Beauvillier out and get Hayes in. you want Beauvillier to make that decision harder on the coaching staff.
Hey, Borky, I heard a lot of the talk about Kevin Hayes, how well he's doing with dealing with the scratches and being a great teammate, etc. Is that comparable in a way to what Jeff Carter brought over the last couple seasons?
Boy, that's an interesting question. I see where you're going with it. Yeah. I just think that I think because it was Carter's last year and we all knew that, I think we probably, the heartstrings are probably tugged a little bit more there. But I know you're saying that when you have a veteran guy that's had success before and, is a healthy scratch, it's a real humbling moment. And some guys will disconnect from the team and they'll have the boo-boo face on. Others will go the other way, like Carter and like Hayes. It just goes to show you that they're pros, and it's not their teammates' fault that they're out of the lineup. That it's their own fault, and so they need to find a way to stay engaged.
Our good friend Burning Up a Sun is right near you down in Sunrise. She says she's about 3 hours north of there. And she wanted to know, what are the chances of them ever maybe having a Winter Classic game in Florida? You think the league could pull that off?
Ooh, boy, that would be a tough one. I just think there's too many variables.
Yeah.
Obviously the weather, right?
Oh, for sure.
The weather. Yeah, I'm going to guess no. I just there's so much cost involved that, man, to roll that dice and have a warm thread come through and the ice not available, and it just be like, why? Why when you have so many other places? So I'm gonna vote no on that.
Okay, Borky, thanks for this, my friend. We'll see if the Penguins can't get us a goal here.
Okay, pal. Talk to you soon.
Take care. That is the old 2-9er Phil Bork. You can tweet him each and every second intermission at Penguins Live. When we come back, scoreboard and more on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Black and gold are the colors that not only honor our city, but our sports. Together, we're proud sponsors of the early mornings, dedication, breakaway goals, excitement, losing your voice, and passion. We are black and gold. We are Ford. The official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Gluten-free, check. Keto-friendly, check. Low-carb, check. High-protein, check. Nitrate-free, check. Flavorful and satisfying, check. When you want a meat snack that checks all the boxes, try the original Mr. Donair Beef Jerky and Sticks. With 12 grams of protein and just 80 calories, it's beef jerky like no other. Mr. Donair, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now available on Amazon.
Running your business is tough. Protecting your assets should not be. When it comes to insurance, employee benefits, or surety bonding, rely on the industry experts at Suber to help you minimize risk, maximize potential, and improve your bottom line. Suber, an official partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
They say that the best beer you'll ever taste is the one you had the best time while drinking. The secret to the unmatched satisfaction of Icy Light, victory is sweetest hard-earned. And here, we taste it a lot. Icy Light. A surprisingly easy call.
When he's good, he's thorough good. The bad of the foe. When he's bad, he's the baddest. George Thorogood and the Destroyers. The baddest show on earth. Saturday, February 22nd, the Event Center at Rivers Casino. Tickets on sale now. Visit riverscasino.com or inside Rivers Casino. George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It's time for the scoreboard.
Pens and Panthers tied at 1 after 1 in Sunrise, Florida. Brian Metzer here with you, and let's take a look around the league here. The Canadians and Blackhawks all tied up at 1. Cole Caulfield hits the 20-goal mark, and Tyler Bertuzzi with his 13th in that one. That's at the end of one period of play. Senators and Blues. The Blues lead it 2-0 at the end of one. Shen and Sod, the scorers in that hockey game. The Ducks and Oilers, they will drop their puck in about 5 minutes in Edmonton. And then the Predators go into Vancouver for a puck drop at 10 p.m., where we'll see how that all shakes out. The Canucks have some drama brewing up there. You have JT Miller and Elias Pettersson can't get along, and supposedly, there's speculation that one or more of them can be on the move at some point in the near future. When we come back here, we have third period action from Florida with Joe Brand and Phil Bork on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Send 2024 packing with a full-blown party music experience. The biggest high-energy hits from across the Sirius XM universe. Good Lord. Everybody at the bar, all on one channel. Think about me every night. Oh, that's me like this. New Year's Nation. Now through January 3rd on Channel 79 and at home with the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Vegas Golden Knights head coach Bruce Cassidy.
What gets you excited when you see their team, really starting to function at a high level?
Now you're bringing new guys in and creating a culture for them. I have always enjoyed that, enjoyed it in Boston, love it here. Two organizations with great culture and winning sort of attitudes, and we're seeing some young guys getting a little more responsibility and handling it well.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app.
The UEFA Champions League is back on Sirius XM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now with more matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter! Haaland scores the hat-trick!
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Join me, Ward Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, scores!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM. The best hockey lives here.
Burns gets it back, stick handles to the backhand, moves in front, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Seguin lost it to Scheifele.
Scheifele with 2-on-1.
Scheifele scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Coca-Cola and the new Coke Zero, founding partner of the Penguins.
This is Matt Grzelcyk. Now let's get back to the action called by Joe Brand and the old 2-9er Phil Bork.
Thanks, Grizz. Penguins and Panthers tied up at 1. But for the first minute and 57 seconds, the Penguins will be shorthanded. Marcus Pettersson tripping penalty with 3 seconds to go in the second period. Puts Florida back in the power play. Shots on goal in favor of the Panthers right now, 20-17. The Penguins, who were successful on the lone kill earlier in this game, trying to keep it tied up at 1. Again, the Panthers have given up the most shorthanded goals in the NHL with 7. They've also scored the most shorthanded goals, but right now it's a Coppers penalty kill for the Penguins. Erik Karlsson, P.O. Joseph, Noel Acciari, and Matt Nieto are out there. For the Panthers power play, it's Alexander Barkov, Sam Bennett, Sam Reinhart, Matthew Samoskevich, and Aaron Ekblad. We're going to face off at center ice between Barkov and Noel Acciari. Penguins in their visiting white sweaters attacking from left to right. The Panthers in their home red sweaters attacking from right to left. Opening face-off to begin this third period is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane. Go one better. Panthers quickly dump it into the Penguin zone. Swung around the boards over to the near corner. Pitched on out to the far side. Samoskevich with it at the far half wall. Down to the corner as P.O. Joseph chases it. Tries to swing it on out, but Samoskevich getting in the way. Loose puck sent over to the far point. Kept alive as Reinhart walks in, fires, sails high of the net. Rebound goes over to the near wall. Kept alive by Ekblad. And now cleared up but not out. Samoskevich keeps it alive near point. Rips a shot. Doesn't get through Matt Nieto. Samoskevich will pick up the loose puck though. Send it down to the corner. Down below the goal line. Now sent over to the far half wall to Ekblad in the slot. Walks over to the far point. Looking, takes it to the high slot. Back over to Barkov above the far circle. Rips a shot. Caught traffic. Goes over to the far side. Sam Bennett races it down. Panthers still with it in the Penguin zone. Under a minute to go on the Coppers penalty kill. Loose puck in the crease. Bennett rips a shot wide. Tumbling puck goes wide. Jari well out of his net. He's able to freeze it. 49 seconds to go on the Coppers penalty kill. And the Penguins are almost burned on a weird bounce.
Oh my goodness gracious. That would have been a tough one to swallow right there as Bennett, a power forward move off the half wall, and he gets right to the middle of the ice in the high slot. Lets that wrister go. It goes past the blocker of Tristan Jarry and then bounces right back, hits him on the back of the elbow, and somehow doesn't go back into the net. Oh man, we saw it the other night in Detroit with the Carlson penalty. Somehow those types of penalties are the toughest ones to kill. And this one here against Marcus Pettersson is a tough one to kill here to begin the third period in a 1-1 game.
Turnover by the Panthers in the neutral zone allowed Russ to crank it back into the Panthers' end. 24 seconds to go on the Coppers penalty kill, and the Panthers are offside.
Another break for the Penguins. You're living on the edge there. I mean, if it's a charging or those types of penalties, a physicality penalty, those are the ones you can live with, and those are the ones you usually kill. Roughings, stuff like that. But when you look at the trippings and the hookings and the high stickings, those are the ones, man, they just seem to, more times than not, come and bite you right on the backside.
15 seconds to go on the Coppers penalty kill as the Panthers dump it back into the Penguins' end. Hagee over, and a shot coming. Rodriguez went off the end wall, kicked off the back of the cage, swung over to the far half wall. Rodriguez keeps it alive. Sends it down below the goal line. Now back over to Rodriguez. Walking the blue line is Boquist. Here's Verhaeghe, a shot. Saved by Jari. Loose puck, bottom of the circle. Verhaeghe rips it wide of the net.
How did he miss that? That bouncing puck worked in the favor of the Penguins.
Meanwhile, Pettersson's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Another successful Coppers penalty kill for the Penguins. We're tied up at 1. 2:15 into this third period. Panthers take it back. They dump it into the Penguin zone. Karem's off the far corner. Goes over to the near side. Tough angle shot for the Panthers. As the puck goes over to the near point. Forsling rips a shot. Caught some traffic. Tumbled wide of the net. Down to the ice went Greer. Fans want a call. Nothing being made as Forsling rips another shot. And Jari's able to glove it.
Remember this again. We've seen it most of the night there where the Florida Panthers forwards go to the front of the net and they just bullying the Penguins. This time it's Matt Grzelcyk that ends up right on his back as he gets bowled over by Greer. And then he's trying to get to a loose puck and he's trying to run, go right on top of Matt Grzelcyk while he's on his back and loses his footing. And the Panthers faithful here wanted the penalty.
Face off to the right of Jari. Right for the puck in the circle, and it's taken out by the Panthers. And now quickly stolen by Cody Glass. Penguins with it in their own zone. Finally get it out to center ice. Marcus Pettersson pushes it ahead. It goes over the Panthers line. Taken by Barkov, the far half wall. Stripped to the puck by Malkin. Gets it to Glass along the far boards. He's thrown into the wall by Kulikov. The Panthers able to get it out to the neutral zone. A little bit awkwardly, but now it's taken by Balinskis. He rips his shot wide. It goes over to the far points. Slowed down by Reinhart. Sends it around the boards. It goes over to the near half wall. Barkov with it. He gets thrown into the boards by Cody Glass. Puck into the near corner. Now bouncing along the near boards. Barkov with it again. Goes for a centering pass. That's taken by P.O. Joseph. He pushes it ahead to Cody Glass. He'll softly dump it. Not even over the Panthers line. But both teams are going to get a change here as Florida resets in their own zone. Darren Ekblad sending it over to Forsling. The neutral zone, now Luostarinen dumps it into the far corner, chases after it in the Penguin zone. Swept over to the far wall. Here come the Penguins. Sidney Crosby gaining speed far side of the neutral zone. Chips it ahead, looking for Rust. A little bit out of his reach, though. In the corner, swept back around the boards. That skimmed the netting. Stopping the clock 4 minutes into this third period. This game tied up at 1.
Injured? Call the expert personal injury attorneys at Shenderovich, and Fishman. They handle all types of injury cases, and their fee is only 25%, not 40% like some other law firms. They're smart, aggressive, experienced, and have a 99.7% success rate. So that means they win. And there's never a fee unless they win. Shenderovich, and Fishman. 1-888-98-TWINS. They've got your back, not your wallet.
Did you see that bird that flew just by?
I did, yeah.
Just thought nothing of it. I mean, I know we're in Florida, but we're inside.
I had the Shenderovich read, Joe. It's dialed.
You're right. Here come the Penguins over the Panthers line. Here's Crosby feeding it to Grizzly. Grips his shot. Saved by Spencer Knight.
That's an aggressive save, and one of the best chances the Penguins have had all night off the stick of Matt Grizzly.
Here come the Panthers, dumping it over the Penguins line. As they will get a change, actually. 4.5 minutes into this third period, a 1-1 tie. Stretched ahead, Kevin Hayes over the Panthers line. Takes it down to the corner. And
too many men.
Yeah, on the Penguins.
Yeah, Hayes came on the ice, and he played the puck. And I think it was Sidney Crosby was standing at the door. And
well, look at Mike Sullivan.
Pittsburgh, benchmark on penalty for 2 men on the ice.
Yeah. Listen, I'm trying to bite my tongue here, but tell you what's going on in this building here. Penguins had, the first 5 power plays in this game?
Yep.
And now you feel like anything even close. The Stripes are getting together to talk about this. And I think they've heard Mike Sullivan, what he had to say. Sidney Crosby standing at the door. Standing at the door. You're allowed a 5 foot window in front of your bench there to make a line change. They might overrule this here. Because it should not be too many men on the ice. And I almost feel like, again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the referees, but it just seems obvious to me that because the Penguins had so many power plays early, that the referees or anything that's even close against the Penguins, they don't want this to be such a one-sided. Here we go.
After conferring with the referees, there is no penalty for 2 men on the ice.
Okay, so as much as I wasn't trying to disrespect you, I probably was by saying, but it's obvious to me what's going on, but I applaud them now. I applaud them, and we've seen this before from the referees. Did we see it the other night in Detroit, right?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, with the Brian Rust situation, right? There was
the slashing. When it was...
right. And so I applaud the Stripes. The linesmen and both the linesmen, all 4 Stripes, got together. They talked about it, and they said, no, that's really not too many men on the ice. Let this one go. Well done, boys. And let the guys out here decide it from here on in. Let's not have anything close to ticky-tacky.
Well, we've seen Mike Sullivan fired up before, but I've never seen him jump over the bench. I mean, he didn't go over the boards.
I didn't know he was that nimble. Philip Tomasino's in a ton of pain here. He can't get up. He can't get off the ice. Oh boy. This does not look good for Tomasino.
Down on his knees below the goal line.
Yeah, flexing his right leg right now. And I'm glad the Stripes blew that down. A lot of times they'll let play go on. But Tomasino is in so much pain down to the left of Spencer Knight. And he's still down.
Yeah, he's still on all fours.
Yeah.
Being looked at by Kevin Elliott right now.
Yeah.
Penguins trainer.
Oh, boy. And now, just barely getting to his feet. He's going to need some assistance to go off the ice, and that's not a good thing for Philip Tomasino.
Going after a puck along the end wall. He kind of collided in between Schmidt and Boquist.
Yeah, it looked like Schmidt. Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's not good. Yeah. Well, Schmidt, as they're all going into the board, Schmidt's stick gets underneath the feet of Tomasino, so he goes into the yellow kickboard. So his right foot goes into the yellow kickboard. He pulls his left foot back, but when he does, it's pinned underneath him. So that's, I don't want to speculate, but a lot of things could happen there. And you can only wish the best for Tomasino. Is now he can't even walk down the runway. He needs assistance to get down the Penguins runway. So the Penguins are down to 11 forwards.
15 minutes to go in regulation. We're tied up at 1 here in Florida. Now the Penguins without Philip Tomasino for the moment. Panthers dump it into the Penguins' end. Going over to the far corner. Fight for the puck below the goal line. Kicked on up to the circle for Bennett. Now over to Kulikov. He unloads. Caught a stick of Michael Bunting. It exploded on him. Another shot from the far circle. Jari kicks that one away. Cody Glass on the near side will get it out to the neutral zone. Quickly taken back by Samoskevich. He'll dump it into the Penguins' end. Jari stops it with his stick behind his net. Cody Glass tried to chip it over to Evgeny Malkin, who was flying over the blue line. Panthers took it back, but now the Penguins have it. Theo Joseph chips it along the near glass. He looks to keep control of it in the neutral zone and will dump it into the Panthers' end.
Sure, I don't know if we mentioned that Matthew Tkachuk got a 10-minute misconduct. I don't think we knew it right away. It was posted a little bit later when he got the unsportsmanlike conduct. 14:38 the second period. So he's still in the penalty box. And that's a huge bonus for the Penguins, considering that the Cats came out to start the third period on the power play without Tkachuk.
Carlson in the high slot over to Grizzly, far circle, ripped the shot, didn't get through traffic, loose puck in front, and a swat at it is swallowed up by Spencer Knight. Noel Acciari trying to get it past him, but this game stays tied up at 1. 6 minutes into the third period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
It all comes down to this. Week 18 in the NFL. And there's only one place to hear all the action.
Touchdown Washington! We'll see you in the postseason!
And that's the Sunday Drive. This is Steve Torrey. Join Bill Leckus and me at noon Eastern for live listen-ins, guests, playoff implications, and coaching news around the NFL.
The Lions will take on the Vikings with everything at stake.
Spend Week 18 with a Sunday Drive at noon Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Vegas Golden Knights head coach Bruce Cassidy.
What gets you excited when you see their team, really starting to function at a high level?
Now you're bringing new guys in and creating a culture for them. I have always enjoyed that, enjoyed it in Boston, love it here. Two organizations with great culture and winning sort of attitudes, and we're seeing some young guys getting a little more responsibility and handling it well.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app.
The UEFA Champions League is back on Sirius XM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now with more matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter! Haaland scores the hat-trick!
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/pens for more.
Still tied up at 1 here from Florida. 14 minutes to go in regulation. Shots on goal right now in favor of the Panthers, 23-20. Along with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. Again, we'll keep an eye to see if Philip Tomasino returns in this game, but he took a nasty spill against the end boards in the Panthers zone.
With that last whistle, it allowed Matthew Tkachuk to come out of the box and join his mates. Was he still in the box?
Yeah, I think he's still in there.
No, he's very close to coming out of the box. Probably the next whistle now.
Tumbling puck in behind the net. Gets pushed aside to the near side by the Panthers. Over the Penguins line it goes. Matt Grizzly chases after it. Sends it over to the far boards. Taken by Crosby. Clears it over to the near side for Carlson. Takes it into the neutral zone. Dumps it in, and that goes out of play. It didn't tear him off the glass, though, so the Penguins are safe. 13:33 to go in regulation. We're tied at 1.
It'll be interesting without Tomasino. We started on the line with Kevin Hayes and Drew O'Connor. How Mike Sullivan will juggle his 11 forwards.
Kenny Malkin wins this draw as the Penguins on the far side dump it into the Panthers' end. Swung over to the near corner. Cody Glass with a hard hit. And one of the Panthers as he tries to keep it alive near boards, and now a turnover taken by Samoskevich of Florida. Over the Panthers logo, now over the Penguins line. Sends it over to the far half wall. Louis Farinen dumps it in along the end wall. Chipped over to the near corner, up along the near boards. Now it's rung along the boards, in behind the net, pulled up by Marcus Pettersson. Another whistle blown. This is going to be a penalty from P.O. Joseph.
Yeah, P.O. Joseph has to read the room. He has to understand the situation here. The referees, anything close, the Penguins are going to go. And
Pittsburgh penalty number 73, 2-minute minor for cross-checking.
Let's see which Florida Panther it was. Here's Loisterainen. No, I beg your pardon. It was Samakevich in behind the goal, just a shove from behind by P.O. Joseph. It wasn't much, but again, you have to realize the situation here, that the referees are looking for anything close against the Pittsburgh Penguins. You're going to go to the box. So there's no need. It's unnecessary. It's in behind the goal, completely away from the puck.
So another Coppers penalty kill for the Penguins. 13:03 to go in regulation. We're going to face off to the right of Tristan Jarry. It'll be Nola Chari taking the draw. With Carlson out there, Matt Nieto and Marcus Pettersson. Penguins win the draw, but can't clear it out just yet in the near corner. Now sent along the near boards. As it's dumped back in, down to the corner, swung over looking for Tkachuk, who is out of that box now. Pettersson over to the far side, clears it up to Nieto. He'll send it on down. 1:40 to go on the Coppers penalty kill. Panthers with it as they reset in their own zone. The Barkov on the near side, sent ahead to Tkachuk in the neutral zone. Drops it back to Barkov over the Penguins line. Brings it down towards the corner as Marcus Pettersson can't get a handle of it. Panthers with it, send it over to the far point. There's Tkachuk swinging along the far boards down to the corner. There's Erik Karlsson. He'll clear it on down to the Panthers' end. 1:10 to go on the Coppers penalty kill. We're tied up at 1 here in Florida. Game 2 of a 3-game road trip for the Penguins. Still looking for their first win on this stretch. Panthers take it over the Penguins line, down to the far corner, throwing it off the end wall to Barkov on the near side. To Tkachuk above the near circle. Quick shot saved by Jarry and swatted on down by Ryan Graves. 45 seconds to go on the Coppers penalty kill. There's Adam Boquist. Takes his time with it below the goal line of his own zone. Pushes it up to Rodriguez. Far side of the neutral zone. He drops it back to Sam Bennett. Full flight over the Penguins line. Far side. Cuts through. Far circle. Backhands around the net. Now takes it to the near half wall. Drops it back. Rodriguez. Cross ice pass. Couldn't get it cleanly to Verhaeghe. 20 seconds to go on the Coppers penalty kill. High slot Boquist. One-timer. Bennett didn't get all of it. Loose puck in behind the net. Tkachuk swings it around the boards to the far half wall. Up to the far point, Boquist. Works on in to Verhaeghe above the near circle in the slot. He shoots. Deflection. They score. It's Tkachuk on the far side, getting the redirection and putting Florida back on top. 2-1 as there was 9 seconds left on the Coppers penalty kill.
Well, talk about lucky bounce. There it is right there. As Tkachuk was standing to the left of Tristan Jarry, Ryan Graves was standing in front of his goaltender. So, a part of me wonders why Ryan Graves just turned, instead of standing in front of your goaltender, just turn and get in front of Tkachuk, number one. Number two, once again, like the other night in Detroit, it's not a good penalty to take by P.O. Joseph. And this Penguins penalty kill that's been so good for so long now is leaking a little bit of oil, and a big part of it is unnecessary penalties by the Penguins.
Matthew Tkachuk now with 14 career goals in 17 career games against the Penguins. Penguins have 11 minutes. Trying to tie things up. They trail 2-1. Crosby cruising on over. Backhanded pass to Raquel, and he gets it deflected up against the netting. As that hard-working top line nearly generated a huge chance.
How about Sid? One-on-one with Aaron Ekblad. It wasn't pretty, but he actually drew a penalty against Ekblad.
Penalty number 5, 2-minute minor for Hockey.
Now, what an individual effort by Sidney Crosby. As Ekblad looked like, or probably felt like he had Sidney Crosby, but Sid just never gave up as he drew the puck around Ekblad on a one-on-one situation as he approaches the goal. And just that freakish strength by Sid, not only with his legs, but with his one hand on the stick to keep control of the puck and draw that penalty against Ekblad.
Yeah, all Ekblad was able to do was kind of throw his stick at Sid. going, and the penalty is Penguins have it in the Panthers zone. The far half wall, Brian Rust to the high slot Grizzly. Back to Rust. Above the far circle. Brian Rust to Grizzly. One-timer goes wide. Rebound over to Ricard Raquel. He couldn't finish a pass on it. And now he whiffs on a pass as Forsling throws him into the boards. And the Panthers clear it on down to the Penguins' end. 1:35 to go on the Penguins' power play. They trail 2-1 with 10.5 minutes left in regulation. Crosby over to the near side for Rust. Takes it over the Panthers' line. Trying to get it back to Raquel, but it goes right to the stick of Lindell. Panthers take it over the Penguins' line. Lindell fires a shot. Gets deflected. Skims the netting. 1:20 to go on the Penguins' power play. 2-1 Florida with 10:12 to go.
Panthers doing a pretty good job of making life miserable for the Penguins power play through the neutral zone. It's been tough for them to, number one, to come with speed, and when they do come with speed, they have 4 players lined up right across the blue line, almost daring the Penguins to dump it and retrieve it. And if they try to stick handle their way into the zone, the Panthers have some very active sticks.
Panthers win the draw. They keep it in the Penguins zone. Shot on Jari, stops it and leaves it for Erik Karlsson. Second unit out there for the Pens on this power play with 1:05 to go. On the man advantage, that is, under 10 minutes to go in regulation. Karlsson walking the blue line to Drew O'Connor above the circle. Down over to the corner, he drops it. Malkin trying to get a handle on it, but the Panthers will clear it on down. Tristan Jarry out of his net to slow it down. 45 seconds to go on the Penguins' power play. They trail 2-1. Karlsson cuts over to the neutral zone, drops it back for Cody Glass to Malkin. To Glass over the Panthers' line to the crease. Loose puck over to the far corner. Malkin getting tangled up with one of the Panthers. They both go crashing into the boards. And now it's pulled out by Florida. They're swinging around the near boards. That goes out of play.
Hit the glass.
27 seconds to go on the Penguins' power play. 2-1 Florida with 9:19 left.
Right, Joe. That was really close. Evgeny Malkin, I can appreciate the effort, but very close to being a penalty against Gino. 27 seconds left on the Aaron Ekblad minor.
I'm going to face off to the left of Spencer Knight, who has stopped 21 of 22 against the Penguins tonight. Top power play unit is back out there as Crosby will take the draw against Barkov. Penguins controlled at the near point. Matt Grzelcyk walks the blue line to the high slot to Crosby above the near circle. Down to Russ in the circle. Down low. Michael Bunting trying to cut it through in the crease. Crosby's got it. Rips a shot and a glove save by Spencer Knight. Puck still live in the Panthers zone. Penguins send it down to the corner. Raquel in the slot. Whipped on a shot. Tumbling puck over to the corner. Crosby's got it. Back up to Grzelcyk high slot. Russ in the near circle. They send her one and a loose puck in the crease and they can't push it home.
Michael Bunting cannot believe he misses bouncing puck. He's in the back door. The rush shot gets deflected. It eludes Spencer Knight. It sits in the blue paint. And Michael Bunting on the backhand. Swing and a miss by Bunting. He just cannot shovel it in. A wide open cage. Now give Knight some credit. He did get his toe in there. My goodness gracious, was that close to being a tying goal.
But it stays 2-1 Florida. 8:52 to go in regulation. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
In life and on the ice, the action moves fast. You need a solid team ready to back you up no matter what happens. With S&T Bank, get the ultimate playbook for achieving your financial goals. Our dedicated bankers have the strategy that'll help you score big. When it's time to set up a winning strategy, S&T Bank will get you in the game. Stop by a branch today or visit stbank.com/PensRadio to learn more. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Southern Tier Brewing Company's Overpack Variety Pack has your go-to beers this hockey season. From crushable to hoppy ales, Southern Tier's Overpacked has it all.
This hockey season, find Southern Tier's Overpack Variety 15-pack near you and unpack for game night. Southern Tier Brewing Company, Lakewood, New York, 21+.
They say that the best beer you'll ever taste is the one you had the best time while drinking. The secret to the unmatched satisfaction of Icy Light, victory is sweetest hard-earned. And here, we taste it a lot. Icy Light. A surprisingly easy call.
Just getting another look at that most recent chance by the Penguins towards the end of the power play. The shot went off Kulikov, and Michael Bunting went crashing towards the net. He could never get a clean shot on it, or even just any sort of deflection. But like you said, Borky, give credit to Spencer Knight for keeping it out of there as well. It's 2-1 Florida with 8:40 to go in regulation. Shots on goal in favor of the Panthers, 26-23. Florida pitches it along the far wall. Ricard Raquel dumps it back down. Here's Brian Rust over to Carlson. Near circle, rips it. And a save by Spencer Knight. Puck sits in behind the net. And now taken by the Panthers. They push it ahead to the near side. Miss Gustav Forsling. He'll chase it down, clear it out to the neutral zone. As Mac Brislick will get it, push it ahead to Ricard Raquel. He couldn't handle the pass. Panthers take it back. Forsling being patient with it as both teams will get a change. Leaves it for Balinskis. In behind Spencer Knight's cage. He flings it over against the far boards. Tumbles over to the near corner. The Penguins end. Chased down by P.O. Joseph. Swung over to the far wall. Malkin tips it ahead to Cody Glass in the neutral zone. Meanwhile, P.O. Joseph and Sam Miskevich got tangled up in the neutral zone. Both hit the ice.
And Miskevich just hog-tied P.O. Joseph. And the referee at that point just said, nope, just keep on playing, boys.
Penguins have it in the Panthers zone, rung along the boards by Pettersson. Malkin able to touch it, but not keep hold of it as the Panthers spit it back out to the neutral zone. P.O. Joseph with it. He stretches it ahead. Cody Glass over the Panthers line. Here's Michael Bunting in the crease. To Malkin. It goes off the post.
Oh, my goodness. A wide open net for Evgeny Malkin. And Gino's just standing there. And Gino can't believe he just missed that wide open net and put it off the iron. Ay, ay, ay.
7:10 to go in regulation. 2-1 Florida here in Sunrise. Sent ahead to Blake Lizotte over the Panthers line. Near half wall. Down to the corner. Tries to bring it up along the boards. Can't pitch it free. Now Kevin Hayes gets in that mix. Fighting for it in the near corner. One hands it along the end wall. Takes it over to the far corner. Pitches it up to the far point. Ryan Graves. Swings it around the boards. Blake Lizotte in behind the net. To the near side. The circle centering pass looking for Hayes, but it gets taken away by Jesper Boquist. Panthers take it back the other way. They dump it into the Penguins' end just to the right of Tristan Jarry. They'll bat it over towards Ryan Graves. 6:30 left in regulation. Penguins down by a goal. Drew O'Connor, the near side of the neutral zone, cuts over the Panthers' line. Play got disrupted, taken back by Florida. Now it's Verhaeghe over the Penguins' line, far side. Dumps it down into the corner. As Crosby will pitch it over to Erik Karlsson on the near side. Flipped up into the air to the neutral zone. Ricard Raquel catches. He drops it down to the ice. Takes it down to the near corner. Swings over to Crosby. Bats it down midair. Fires a shot. It goes above the net. The high sticking stopped the action with 6:09 to go in regulation. 2-1 Florida.
It's been a heck of a hockey game. Low scoring, but high event hockey game. A lot of chances back and forth. I'm just loving the urgency of the Penguins right now. They are trying to seize the moment. They feel like they have the momentum right now. Michael Bunting with an unbelievable chance on the doorstep. Evgeny Malkin with a wide open net puts it off the post. The chances have been there. The Penguins just need to finish.
The puck is in the Panthers zone. Spencer Knight tries to clear it out against the far wall. Mac Brislick throws one on net. Pad save by Spencer Knight.
Came off a Spencer Knight turnover.
Brian Rust tries to chip it out to the neutral zone. Panthers look to keep it alive in the Penguins' end. Chip free to the near half wall. Forsling can't get to it. It's kicked out over to Panthers' end. Malkin racing after it. But Balinskis wins the race. He takes it the other way to the neutral zone over the Penguins' line. Pitches it over Sam Bennett near circle. Kicked free. Loose puck taken back by Florida. Evan Rodriguez fires a tumbling puck that Tristan Jarry is able to stick away to the near corner.
What a funky bounce that was. Jarry thought it was just going to go off his right pad. All of a sudden, it hit something in the ice and jumped up and hit him in the pants.
5:15 to go in regulation. Penguins still down by one. A fluttering pass towards the crease. Jarry goes tumbling down to the ice as he saved it over to the near corner. And now a loose puck in the neutral zone, dumped back in by the Panthers.
And Sam Bennett's hurt. Holding his left hand. as he's gliding to the Panthers bench right now.
And the Penguins have been without Philip Tomasino in this third period as the Panthers take the puck away in the neutral zone and chip it up into the air and out of play. With 4:47 to go in regulation, a 2-1 lead for the Florida Panthers here at Amerant Bank Arena. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Big breakthroughs, colossal collaborations, and stars that went supernova. We'll run back tracks from channels across Sirius XM, but only one will take the top spot.
They not like us.
The Galaxy 50 Countdown. Hosted by 2024 breakout star, Shabuzi. Hear it now, only in the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Vegas Golden Knights head coach Bruce Cassidy.
What gets you excited when you see their team, really starting to function at a high level?
Now you're bringing new guys in and creating a culture for them. I have always enjoyed that, enjoyed it in Boston, love it here. Two organizations with great culture and winning sort of attitudes, and we're seeing some young guys get a little more responsibility and handling it well.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app.
The UEFA Champions League is back on Sirius XM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now, with more matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter! Haaland scored the hat-trick!
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Electric.com today.
Penguins are starting to run out of time, but hopefully they're not running out of chances. A couple of huge opportunities in this third, but it's 2-1 Florida with 4:47 to go in regulation.
You certainly hope that you don't look back at those opportunities and say, if we had only bear down a little bit more.
There's a one-timer. Kulikov, Drew O'Connor down to a knee, able to get a piece of it. The Penguins look to clear it out of their own zone. Theo Joseph stretches it ahead, looking for O'Connor, goes all the way down to the Panthers' end. Spencer Knight fires it over to the far wall. The neutral zone, Kevin Hayes dumps it back in. Hung around the boards as Knight's out of his net again to stop it. Lays it up to Balinskis. He takes it to the far side. Stretch pass ahead. That missed. Lusterina. And now that'll be icing on the Panthers. 4:20 to go in regulation. 2-1 Florida.
Well, in Pittsburgh, family matters, and so does tradition. That's why generations of Pittsburghers have trusted Orr's Jewelers for life's biggest moments. Third generation, family-owned Orr's Jewelers, the official jeweler of your Pittsburgh Penguins.
Orr's rocks. Missed you on New Year's Eve for that.
Did you do it?
I didn't. We let Michelle handle it.
Okay.
She rocked it.
Okay.
Good job. The Panthers kick it out to the neutral zone, but the Penguins have it. Crosby will take it around the boards in the corner from near to far. Russ sends it the other way. Raquel feeds Crosby near corner, plays it off the near wall for Erik Karlsson. He rips one, tumbling puck saved by Spencer Knight. As Raquel gets tangled up with Anton Lundell in the top of the crease. Just a little under 4 minutes to go in regulation. 2-1 Florida.
Outstanding work by the Crosby line to get in on the forecheck and eventually get back to Crosby. Banks it back to Erik Karlsson. I like what Erik did there. He didn't dust it off that time, Joe. A lot of times he dusts it and looks for something better. This time he got it and just slung it towards the goal and allowed Raquel to get a stick on it. It was a good save by Spencer Knight.
Penguins trying to keep it alive in the Panthers zone. Sent over along the near wall. Fight for it. Pitch free to the near point. Florida takes it. Sam Bennett sending it over to Rodriguez over the Penguins line. Fires a shot blocker. Save Jari. Loose puck to the near half wall. Malkin got it out to the neutral zone, but it was taken by Rodriguez. He'll sling it back into the Penguin zone. 3:25 to go in regulation. Penguins down by a goal. Graves over to Pickering. In the near circle of his own zone, sent ahead all the way down. That'll be icing. 3:19 to go in regulation. Penguins down by a goal.
Penguins trying to stretch past there, and Evgeny Malkin knocked the stick of Forsling out of the way, and when he was doing that, he didn't get the stick back quick enough to corral that bank pass from Owen Pickering, and face off to the right of Tristan Jarry.
Keep an eye on Jarry. As drop of the puck. Florida chips it over to the near boards. Ryan Graves sends it around the wall. Owen Pickering tries to clear it on out. Kept alive by Kulikov at the far point. Now Malkin's got it, still in his own zone. Far side, stretch pass ahead, looking for O'Connor. It's taken by Balinskis over the Penguins line. Flipped it over to Luis Turinen. He had to settle it down against the corner. Then over to the near side, Ryan Graves will pick it up, chip it out to the neutral zone. Not all that authoritatively, as Florida will have it back. That's for Boquist over to the far side. Balinskis clears it on down to the neutral zone. Drew O'Connor gets it. You get a whistle blown on a hand pass.
Oh, they're going to say either a hand pass or they're going to say hit a glove hanging over the boards of the Florida bench. Nonetheless, the faceoff will come outside. The Cats blue line right in front of Paul Maurice. Paul Maurice in his 27th season as an NHL head coach. Incredible.
Third year with the Florida Panthers. 3 cup appearances and 1 victory. Of course, last season. Way back when, he was the second youngest head coach in NHL history with the Hartford Whalers, 1995. So another 90s reference here tonight. Have to ask him what he remembers most about 90s night.
Top of my head, Gary Green? Is that right? Youngest head coach ever? Gary Green?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
2:25 to go in regulation. Penguins down by a goal. Evan Rodriguez takes it over the Penguins line. He goes down to the ice. The fans want a call. But they play on. Penguins have it in the neutral zone. Blake Lizotte over the Panthers line. Tips it over, now taken by Tkachuk. Will take it to center ice. Panthers take it over the Penguins line again. Rodriguez drops it down to the corner. Tkachuk along the near half wall. It's free to O'Connor. He'll swing it along the far boards. Kept alive by Balinskis, though. Down to the ice goes Drew O'Connor. And I think Florida's going to, penalty on the Panthers. It'll be Sam Bennett. There is 2:01 left in regulation. And another high stick?
I think so. And they're checking Drew O'Connor for blood. I don't think there is. So Sam Bennett's going to go here. Now here's the question. Do you pull your goaltender right away?
Florida penalty number 9, 2-minute minor for roughing.
It's just a 2-minute variety against Bennett. And it's a rhetorical question, so I'm going to answer it.
Glad I didn't.
Yeah, I think you do.
I think you do, too.
I think you do. Mike Sullivan's not going to yet. And the reason I say you do is that extra player out there right now might help you win this faceoff. One extra guy might help you win the faceoff. And right now, possession is so huge here. You're down a goal, and you've been gifted a power play with 2:01 left in regulation.
Face off to the right of Spencer Knight. Still a fight for that winning face off. It goes over to the far corner. Ricard Raquel throws Forsling into the boards. Fight for the puck along the end boards. Still digging after it. 1:50 to go. Pitch free to the far point from Matt Grizzly. Walks the blue line to the high slot. Over to Bunting near circle. Jarry still in his net. Grizzly in the high slot. Over to Brian Rust. Far circle. Centering pass. Can't connect. Loose puck in front. And the Panthers have it. They'll send it on down.
Nothing wrong with that right there. A bad angle shot when you have Rust. You have Raquel camped out in front. There goes Jarry.
As the Penguins take it over the Panthers line, it'll be 6-on-4. Over to the corner of the trapezoid. Ricard Raquel keeping it along the end wall. 1:15 to go in regulation. Played up along the near boards. Grizzlick's got it near point. Walks the blue line. Over to the far circle. Ricard Raquel. Centering pass doesn't get through. Loose puck over to the far corner. Luis Turinen takes it along the wall. 63 seconds to go in regulation. Penguins have the empty net with a 2-man advantage, 6-on-4. Swung around the boards. Penguins have it. Crosby to Grizzly. Back over to Crosby above the far circle. To Malkin, bottom of the near circle. Centering pass can't connect. Goes over to the far side. 48 seconds to go in regulation. Penguins down by a goal. Malkin, bottom of the near circle. Works it up towards the crease. Touch pass. Raquel, they score! Down to their final breaths. The Penguins tie this game up, their second power play goal of the night. It's Ricard Raquel. We're starting over. 2-2 late in the third.
They call him Ricky Rax. And what a play. Let's start with Evgeny Malkin. The patience of Joe to hang on. Gustav Forsling's down on one knee, trying to grab and take away the passing lane. Gino doesn't try to force the puck to Raquel. Instead, he goes down to the goal line where Michael Bunting is. And this is a set play. It goes from Gino to Bunting to Raquel. It's all one-touch stuff. Even the one-timer shot by Raquel goes short side, glove side on Spencer Knight, and we are tied at 2.
30 seconds to go in regulation. Panthers have it in the Penguin zone. Verhaeghe, a shot blocker save. Wrap-around try. The puck gets kicked free. Dumped out to the neutral zone.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Once again, the Penguins score to tie this, and they give up an unbelievable chance on that wraparound.
15 seconds to go. Verhaeghe blasting over the Penguins line. Far side, makes a U-turn at the far half wall. Chipped up into the air. Batted down to the neutral zone. 8 seconds to go. Blake Lizotte with it. Penguins just taking their time now. 3 seconds to go. 2-1. We're heading to overtime. In the final minutes, the Penguins get a power play goal with a 2-man advantage, pulling Tristan Jarry, and the Penguins pull out a valiant point against the reigning Stanley Cup champs and are now looking for their second straight overtime winner against the Panthers. OT is next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, and all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The fastest game on ice.
Next Schmaltz, he's in. Schmaltz to step up. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
This is Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield Overtime.
Well, the Penguins have their first point of 2025. Now they're looking for their first win. Ricard Raquel with a power play goal to tie things up in the final 34 seconds. We have moved to 3-on-3 overtime here at Amaranth Bank Arena. Penguins attacking from right to left. It'll be Crosby, Raquel, and Erik Karlsson out there. The Panthers attacking from left to right with Barkov, Verhaeghe, and Sam Reinhart.
Oh, this is huge. Barkov gets waved.
Reinhart to take over at center ice. Drop of the puck, and it's controlled by Florida. Opening face-off to begin this overtime period. Brought to you by number 1 Cochran. Go one better. Penguins are 5-3 in overtime this year. The Panthers are 2-2. The Penguins with an overtime win the last time they faced the Panthers. Panthers have it in the Penguins zone, though. Reinhart at the near point. We'll take it out to the neutral zone to reset things.
We've seen this a couple times. Teams going with 3 forwards in the overtime, like the Panthers are here.
There's Verhaeghe cutting over, gets stripped to the puck by Erik Karlsson, chases after the puck, and now Raquel takes it. 2-on-1 for the Penguins. Karlsson on the far side, slows down, gets it to Raquel, can't get it to go. Spencer Knight with a pad save. Panthers take it. They look to go off on the rush. But it's Verhaeghe over the Penguins line to the crease. He gets stripped to the puck. Malkin's got it. Sends it along the boards for Matt Grzelcyk. Over the Panthers line to the near circle. He rips a shot off the post.
Tried to go short side, blocker side. Caught iron.
Malkin now feeding Grzelcyk. Rust has it. Far circle. Brian Rust goes off the pad of Spencer Knight.
How about that little kick pass by Matt Grzelcyk? That was incredible. The pass wasn't on his stick, so he just used his right skate to kick at the Rust.
Here's Rust again, far circle, curls around the net, takes it to the near corner to Malkin. Touch pass over to Grizzly at the far circle. He'll retreat back to the neutral zone. Strong defense coming from Kachuk, and now it's sent over to Malkin over the Panthers line. Centering pass to Russ in the crease. Couldn't get a clean shot off. Spencer Knight will tap it to Kachuk. He swings it around the near boards for Sam Bennett. The Panthers have it. Gustav Forsling in the neutral zone. Over to Bennett on the near side. Takes it over the Penguins line. Pitches it over to Forsling in the corner. Now sent back over to Bennett. Panthers have it in the neutral zone to reset things. It's P.O. Joseph, Michael Bunting, and Evgeny Malkin out there for the Pens. 3:15 to go in overtime. Galloping over is Lindell in the crease over to the far circle. Lost the handle of the puck, but hangs back onto it. The Forsling to Lindell, high slot. Works over near circle. Centering pass missed wide of the net. Kachuk with it, far corner. Drops it back to the far point for Lindell. Cross ice pass. Kachuk has to play it off the near boards. Brings it up to the near point. Leaves it up at the high slot. Lindell, he fires it towards the net. That can get through. Balinskis now out on the ice. Takes it at the far half wall to Lindell. The far point. Swerves in, far circle. He sends it Balinskis. Fires a shot wide. Loose puck goes over to the far point. Panthers still with it. 2:35 to go in overtime. Now gaining speed. It's Samoskevich near circle. Curling around the net. Takes it to the far side. Far circle. Shot fired. Shoulder save Jari. P.O. Joseph with it behind the net. Makes a nice move to evade Lindell, and the Penguins can slow things down.
Smart play by P.O. Joseph allowed Michael Bunting, who had been out here for a while. He was gassed to get a clean change.
Raquel and Crosby now out there as Ricky Rax has it in the neutral zone to Crosby over the Panthers line. Lost the handle of the puck. Takes it back along the end wall. Now Balinskis chips it free. Fight for the puck to the right of Spencer Knight. Florida has it. They swing it over to the far corner as it's taken by Barkov. Up to center ice, he brings it. 1:50 to go in overtime. Samoskevich over the Penguins line. Lost the handle, loses the puck. Erik Karlsson's got it. Near side of the neutral zone. No one with him as the Penguins will get a few fresh bodies out there. Off the bench comes Cody Glass. He retreats in the neutral zone with it. Cuts over the Panthers logo. Now over the Panthers line. Far circle. Makes a U-turn. Far half wall. 1:30 to go in overtime. Brian Rust near circle. Towards the crease. Fires a shot. Saved by Knight. And he'll drop it. Sam Reinhart with it. Panthers have it. Galloping to the neutral zone is Reinhart. Over the Penguins line. Brings it to the far side. U-turn at the far point. He'll try to feed it to Forsling, but he was in the neutral zone. So the Panthers resetting with 1:10 left in overtime. Bennett over the Penguins line now. The far point. Leaves it back in the crease. Kachuk U-turn at the far point. Cuts to the high slot. Now to the slot. Fires a shot. Saved by Jari. With exactly 1 minute to go in overtime.
That's a stat I find remarkable. We'll see how it plays out here. The Penguins in overtime this year. 5 wins, 3 losses. But in overtimes before this evening, they have outshot their opponent. You ready for this? 17-4.
We get a face-off to the right of Tristan Jarry. 1 minute left in overtime. Penguins control after the draw. P.O. Joseph takes it behind Tristan Jarry's net. He's got Matthew Kachuk pressuring him. Kachuk's got the puck below the goal line. Centering pass and a save by Jarry.
Wow, what a save by Tristan Jarry with the right-handed blocker.
Denying Sam Bennett. The Penguins take it back. It's Drew O'Connor up to the neutral zone. He's got Malkin to his right. Malkin over the Panthers line. Loses the puck. Panthers have it. Forsling slides it over to Verhaeghe, near side of the neutral zone, over the Penguins line, to the crease, over to Forsling. He fires off the post. Loose puck over to the far side, taken by P.O. Joseph. As Sam Bennett slams P.O. Joseph into the boards. We got 20 seconds left in overtime. Fight for the puck in the near corner of the Penguin zone. Verhaeghe's got it. Brings it over to the near circle, drops it down to Bennett. 10 seconds left in overtime. Bennett with a move of the near half wall, takes it over to the crease. 7 seconds left. Verhaeghe in the high slot. 5 seconds left. Verhaeghe in the near circle. Backhanded shot gets blocked. 2 seconds left, and we're going to the shootout.
Wow. That's an exciting, exhausting overtime for both clubs. Just a lot of good decisions. But when you've got that much skill on the ice, there's going to be chances, and there was.
We're really ringing in the new year here from Florida. Tied up at 2. Shootout is next. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint. and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
PPG Paints Arena will be the place to be on Monday, December 23rd, when the Penguins battle the Philadelphia Flyers for Ugly Holiday Sweater Night.
Oh, let's go on Moose on a Harley.
Put on your ugly sweater and join us for some holiday hockey when the Penguins take on the Flyers on December 23rd. Order your tickets now at PittsburghPenguins.com. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
This is the Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield Shootout.
Put this game back in the oven. It's not done yet. We're in the shootout here from Florida. The Panthers will start. Alexander Barkov, the captain, picking it up at center ice. Cuts over the Penguins line, above the far circle, towards the crease. Shoots, denied by Jari with a glove save.
That was sneaky by Barkov. He sells you so many different things. He's so elusive and disguises things so well. He cuts across the top of the slot and then probably gives you the no look and tries to go across the grain, and Jari was ready with the glove.
Ricard Raquel will start things off for the Penguins in this shootout. He tied up this game in the final 40 seconds of regulation with a power play goal. Picks the puck up at center ice, near side over the Panthers line, down to the near circle, cuts towards the crease, forehand, backhand denied. Blocker saved by Spencer Knight. No goals in this shootout through one round.
Here comes Reinhardt.
Second overall pick in 2014. Now the game-winning goal in Game 7 against the Oilers last year for the Stanley Cup. Over the Penguins line to the near circle towards the crease. Forehand scores.
Wow, does he make it look easy? Comes the speed, no deking. Jari goes down to one knee. He just sails it over the blocker, over Tristan Jari's right shoulder. You're going to need Sid to get you one here.
Crosby with a chance to tie this shootout at one. We're in the second round. Takes it over the far side of the Panthers zone, to the far circle, to the crease. Forehand denied. Blocker saved by Spencer Knight. And the Panthers can win it with a shootout goal right here from Anton Lundell.
Shooting for your Panthers, number 15, Anton.
Left-handed shooter picks it up from center ice. Takes it over the Penguins line, far side, above the far circle, the crease. Forehand scores. So the Penguins pick up their first point of 2025 with a valiant last-minute effort to tie the game up in the third period. But the Florida Panthers win this game in a shootout, 3-2 the final, scoring the only 2 goals in the last stage of this hockey game.
I guess you take the point, right, Joe? You take the point. This was a wild hockey game, as I mentioned. Most times when the Penguins come into this arena, it's high scoring back and forth. It was not the high scoring, but it was high event. There was a lot of great chances back and forth, post hit by both teams, and when you consider how things were looking for the Penguins, this power play, which at times looked disjointed, at the end of the night they're 2 for 7, and if not for the power play, you're walking out of here with feathers.
Yeah, there's definitely a part where you feel like you stole a point away.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing to do against the reigning Stanley Cup champs. Definitely a little lost feeling of falling in the shootout, but the Penguins get their first point of the road trip.
No, and also, I didn't mention it, but while this game was going on, I was keeping one eye on the game in St. Louis as the Blues are up 3-0 against the Ottawa Senators, the team the Penguins are trying to hunt down for that second wild card. So a point loss here tonight, but also a point gained.
Yeah, crucial point gained indeed. And the final score in the shootout, 3-2, the Panthers over the Penguins. We'll take a break as Brian Metzer and Paul Steigerwald will start the post-game conversation before Borky and I wrap up a few more things here from Amerant Bank Arena. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Labatt and Labatt Blue Light, the official import beers of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always enjoy responsibly. By your Pittsburgh area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Pennsylvania Lottery benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Penguins hockey is also presented by Dairy Queen. Happy tastes good. By Coca-Cola, founding partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And by Smith's Hot Dogs, proud sponsor of the Penguins and official hot dogs at PPG Paints Arena.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend bets against your team, end the friendship. Or choose chill because you're drinking Coors Light with your buddy. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
There's no better way to celebrate than an ice cream cake from DQ. All the crave for any occasion, and you can celebrate Penguins hockey by customizing a DQ cake with the Penguins logo. Reserve yours now at DQ.com. Dairy Queen is the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey, hockey fans, the ice is heating up, and the savings are too at Spitzer Auto World. Shop thousands of new vehicles at the Panda price. And here's the hat trick. Get a lifetime warranty at no charge.